Ladies and gentlemen, come on, yes, let's dance it. Come on, let them say ya. Come on, let them say ya. Not in the business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah, yeah. We coming, yeah. We're gonna be coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. Anywhere we meet up, speak. We're gonna be coming. Yeah, you're coming, yeah. We coming.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived 2 deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Come on, let them say ya. That in my business, you catching fever. Getting serious like empty river. Ain't no stopping by the river. And as we coming, we sweeping, we cutting, we moving all the way. Yeah, yeah. We coming, yeah. We gotta be coming. As we coming, we sweeping, we coming. Anywhere we meet up, speak. We gotta be coming. Yeah, you're coming, yeah. We coming. We gotta be coming. When the year is nearly checking you again, guys, you go we coming. We gotta be coming. We coming. We better be coming. Say coming. Say for they are on to song. We better be coming. Everybody's talking about a make for Elizana Kumia Babakimo. Everybody's talking about a make for Elizana Kumia. When the year is nearly checking you again, guys. From the shore of the Gorilla to the peak of the Himba Mountain, we coming. Yeah. We better be coming. And we coming from the Piso to the shores of the Shepherds. We better be coming. Young guy, you're the we coming. Yeah. We better be coming. From Maraway, Maputo to the peak of Warokisi. Say 1, say 2, say 3, say 4. Come here. We coming. We better be coming. We coming. We better be coming. We coming. Everybody's talking about a make a Alexander come here, but I can't move. Everybody's talking about a make a Alexander come here. When the year is me checking you again, Gazupo Aqua. And when it comes, nobody should hold me. Everybody's celebrating as I'm dancing to my right and I'm dancing to my left. C'est one, c'est two, c'est three, c'est four. Come here. From Maserati to Nakibi, Passa to River Cess. Hey, all the way to Pong County. From Nima County to Grand Cheetah. River Cheese, sorry, no Maryland and Grand Crew County. Lord, fuck him, my bummy, and Bapolo County. We coming. Where's something coming? They are not too soft. We coming. Where's something coming? C'est coming, c'est fort. They are not too soft. Where's something coming? C'est one, c'est two, c'est three, c'est four. Come here. There's gonna be come here.
Yeah, thank you, Alexander B. Cummings. That's a nice song. Okay, that is Alexander B. Cummings all the way. Everybody know him. They will pretend like nobody know him. They will tell you that nobody know Cummings. They will say all kinds of things, but don't worry about them. Keep focused. I'm sorry today my voice looking a little terrible, but don't pay them no mind. That is what they've been doing long time, and they can't get over it. How we making it? How we doing it? They can't get over it. So don't forget every Sunday who is coming. This going Sunday, I got 3 and 2-person one, and share it. Tell your friends in Liberia, and let them tune in. And there will be no loser. Once you get that call, you will get something. You will win something. So don't think that you will. I would not give you private. Once you call in, you will answer a question before you leave the show. So I want you to know about the Constitution. I want you to know about Alex Cummings, and I want you to know the agenda of Alex Cummings. So there will always be a winner. So this coming Sunday, I'll be expecting 10% to win. So I will be giving out $100. Whenever you call, you will answer a question, or if you want to leave it, fine. But nobody from America going to call. I am not going to post the question because I don't want any. I want you to know about Alex Cummings. I want you to know about the Constitution, because they hold Constitution thing here. People continue to fool us and lie to us and misinterpret information. So please study it. And I received 4 calls today. In fact, let me tell you the fun. After the show, I left 2-person call. The person said, "Oh," and I said, "But the show is not on. How come?" He said, "Oh, I saw it, but I won't answer question." I said, I'm not online." They say, "But Papa, you can just send me small thing too." I said, "Oh, Liberia people will get drafted." Yes. And also, I want to tell you guys to be very careful. I want you to be very careful. And if you're in Liberia, you listen to me. Please, I want you to change. I want you to change your little ways. I am not blaming you. Sometimes the way the guys behave to us, that is why we don't we sometimes don't help the good ones. But they got children, they got people who call him from America, from Liberia, and they will call you because they know you supporting Mr. Cummings, and they think that they can just push you around. They want to get something, and they want to ask everybody for the same thing. So they will ask you for this, then tomorrow they ask for the next one. So they will tell you one thing, "Oh, we're having this program." When you look, they call the next person who having their programs, and all that thing that fickle, that lies. The people, everybody hustling in Liberia. Everybody hustling. So sometimes the real people that need help, they can't get it. Because sometimes they will call you when the children talk to you, man. I'm saying it because experienced it, and I told the person, I thought the person was so honest, and I said, I don't like it. If you want me to help you, I can help you, but don't lie to me. You don't need to lie. That's my money. I'm not running for president. I'm not there to spend my money because I want you to vote for Mr. Cummings. I'm not going to do that. But I'm only trying to help people if I'm in a position to help you. Listen to me. I am not there to send money to Liberia because Mr. Cummings is running for president. No. Let me make it clear to you. If I help you, because I want to help you. So don't even try it that you will tell me, oh, I'm in this place here. We're doing this for ANC. Don't let me use the F word. I beg you. Please. If you cannot understand it for yourself, if you don't know your responsibility as a citizen, and you think you're going to call someone in America and tell them, maybe you can take it to somebody else, but not me. And not me. So if I'm helping you and I trust you to do something, that is why we don't want to help nobody. Y'all will tell us all kinds of things in America, but yet instead y'all will call and give us lies information. So don't tell me, oh, and I'm supporting Mr. Cummings and I'm supposed to do this. Don't call me and ask me. Oh, I get people in the yard. We're trying to do the 1 year. We're having some kind of program. We need water. You call me, I will cuss the hell out of you. I'm serious about it. I'm not running for president. The same way you want to change, I won't change. I'm only trying to help you. I'm only trying to talk to you. Let's do it together. Let us do it together. ANC put money in my hand here to distribute to somebody. I beg you, please. Please. Don't feel bad. I'm not calling nobody name. I'm just trying to tell you, let us be honest to each other. We in America here. You see the trees behind me? You see any money on it? All the tree dry. We ain't got it. We ain't got money hanging on no damn tree here to pick it up and send it. We got family people in Liberia. We got other relatives who go to help. So if we take the $5, $10, and $20, $100, give it to you, be thankful. Don't come and kill your mom, kill your pa, kill your brother. And my problem is, why, whenever you talk to someone for the first time, the next time they call you, somebody sick. The next time they call you, somebody die. By the time they call you, and something happened. Why? Do you know that's one of the things we do? We don't keep rich friends. Look, when somebody call you from, I don't just like to refuse calls from Liberia because I don't know. But when I pick up your call and I talk to you, and I promise you, they will harass you. They sometimes call you 3 o'clock in the morning. They sometimes call you 2 in the morning when you're sleeping, as if you got to pick up the call. I understand we want you to vote, my people, but I am not in the business here to think I'm going to give you money because I want you to vote for Mr. Cummings. I'm not the one who's running for president. Yeah, I'm only trying to convince you, and I'm telling you the truth. So if I give my own only $5, so you think that the people that behind Mr. Cummings now they just get the money sitting down, they can dish it out? No, 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 no. It don't work that way. And some of them, guess what? They say they're having a program. That same program, they will turn to Liberty Party and say they're having poll program for Liberty Party, but they will not want you to be part of it. They said they on the committee, they're doing this, they're doing that. So they're working for all the parties. I know them. I know them good. I was there. I saw it. I went to Todi. I saw this boy with 16 t-shirts. He washed all his late t-shirt. You got CD. In fact, the only t-shirt, in fact, CDC t-shirt was not on it, but he voted for CDC. He had ALP, he had UP, he had ANC. In fact, ANC t-shirt was the nice one. He had ANC t-shirt. He had all the different parties, Mill Jones. So I asked him, I said, but why CDC t-shirt not there? Then his friend said, oh, but the men are CDC male. Guess what? He took his own t-shirt and put paint on it and said CDC. But they're taking all the t-shirts. They will go to all the programs. You see, sometimes they had a problem with all the nonsense that we're going through today. I'm not trying to tell you guys, be careful. Be careful. Sometimes we want to help people in Liberia, but they themselves, they don't want to help themselves. They don't want to help themselves. I will be honest with you guys. Some of them, by the time they see you on Facebook, they will call you. But you try to help them, you pay school fees, you do this. One of my own friends, he said his son out of school. Which are the school the boy going to? How you forget your son's school name? Then I hear the person behind say, Calvary Baptist, Calvary Baptist. I said, give me the information. I will call, give me the school principal or somebody number so I can pay the that name can come. You know. So I'm just saying this. So guys, don't give up. If you're in America, you're in Liberia, don't give up. I know I'm not trying to make you to feel bad, but I want you to be honest to us. Be honest. Okay, let me make it clear to you. Maybe you won't understand it. Be honest to me. I'm not worried about the other people anymore. If you want to go fool somebody, fine. But if you think you will make fun out of me, I'ma say I grown up man. I was there 2018. I know how the people can ask for money. The pastors, the lecturer, they got teachers association, they call it an auxiliary group for some kind of political party. By this time, everybody having program in Monrovia. Queen contest coming on. Just to endorse you. I will tell you to let me show you something. People, somebody sent me a certificate. A certificate. They certificated me. Wow, way in America, yeah. Way in America. Wow, I'm way, yeah. You see it? You see my picture on it? You see that? They sent me certificate. Where yeah. You know, when they do all these things, they make it they think that you like oh they give me a certificate. They say, oh listen, guys, please. We understand our election time, but we don't have the money. I WhatsApp they're not paying us. Nobody give me a jack to say go online, Munel. When anybody call this thing, what I'm doing, I give you $10. The money from me is from other people who want to help because we're doing it to know your candidate. Maybe another party can do their own. I'm not asking you, and even don't be surprised. Maybe I might ask you a question about another candidate. I'm only doing it for you to know your right to vote. That's all. The money is not coming from my pocket. Yes, I got my own little money there, but other people taking $100, the $200, and putting it in there. I got enough money to give out. Enough. Eh? So please let us do it together. I beg you, please. You in Liberia, play your part. Everybody playing their part. That God bless us. It's not that we were born, that when we're coming, God say, you stay in Liberia, you go to America, you go to Europe. No. Don't worry, your time will come. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. I just want to get that one off my chest because these guys, man, they're killing you with the cause. They talk to you today, the next day, the man died. And this other boy told me his father died last week, but then he told another boy that his father, the same person who said his father died last week, another man know that his father died in January. So they're talking today, and he said, "Oh no, the man father died January." I said, "No, the man father died last week, 2 weeks ago." 2 weeks ago, the man father died, and I saw them bury the man. They sent me picture. He said, "But money, they sent me picture to the man father died in February, January." I said, "Ah, okay." Well, that's it. I know he'll be watching me today. Okay, guys. Tomorrow, we're calling on all members of ANC. That is my announcement. All members of ANC, show up tomorrow. Show up tomorrow to the Supreme Court and escort your political leader. I think Mr. Cummings will be there tomorrow. We're not saying that you're going to do nothing, but listen, this is too much. Let me say this. I spoke with someone, a renowned lawyer, and I want to say this to, I'm not trying to bring anyone that I am not a lawyer, but what I know about a misdemeanor case, 30 days is should have been over. 30 days. And another thing again, the question that we ask, before they prosecute, before they even charge you, before they indict you, the justice minister supposed to have all this information on his decks. The justice minister, after 4 months, just requesting for evidence, what in this thing that would have to indict them? You don't want us to accuse the government. You don't want us to accuse anybody. Anybody who tried to say that this case here is not a witch hunt, something will happen to you. Something, because what goes around comes around. 30 days is enough. The first thing, if I bring a case, you don't even have evidence. You're looking for evidence all over the place. The fitting evidence, the first evidence to prosecute, to indict this man, you don't have it. You don't have it. We got things happening in the country. People are dying, stealing all over the place. This solicitor general taking up a misdemeanor that will send somebody to jail not more than 1 year and not more than $1,000 fine. And let me say that the information I'm getting, and we shouldn't take it for a joke. We should not take it for a joke, because we are very silent. We are silent on this thing here. These boys, they will drag this case onto next year. And by the time you come to yourself, Mr. Cummings going to jail. And when Mr. Cummings go to jail, for the 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, election will be on. Because they know it's not felony. It can't stop Mr. Cummings from participating. We need to talk to the Cummings lawyer. By right, I just found out that even they say that, oh, you cannot testify to a photocopy. The original was taken to court in the presence of the judge and the prosecutor. They are the witnesses. Yes, we saw it. And these guys continue to delay. And then the Mr. Cummings lawyers, I don't know what they're doing. Someone even told me that they got a right to insist, or they take it to the next place and complain. Every day you go to court, they push it. I'm saying it. This thing here, because they noticed that ANC is not saying nothing, Mr. Cummings' lawyers are not fighting. When I say fighting, I say go use face and blow. But y'all will delay. They will drag this case. George Weah and his gang are trying to get rid of every politician. So that thing Mr. Bwaka doing, I will get to them too. They will be the victim too. So they know that this case is a 1 year thing into jail. So what they're trying to do, let me tell you today, this, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. They are delaying this case. You don't go more than 1 year in jail. If we don't say anything, we know that this case, justice delay, justice denied. When they pass a law without that judge can close his eyes, because these people are all damn greedy, belly-driven people. They are corrupt. When they pass it, they say Mr. Cummings going to jail. They're waiting for the time that he will spend 1 year in jail. And what we're going to do, go fight in the street? They will be the simple say, oh yeah, the law is the law. The law is the law. We need to keep them basic. Liberian politics is not American politics. Liberian justice is not the same. It's the same thing on the book. The justice, the laws in America is no different from the one in Liberia. No different. We sit every day, we acting intelligent. You go there, Mr. Cummings walk out. You go there, Mr. Cummings walk out. Nobody saying nothing. If you guys don't go, if you don't put your foot down, this criminal of a solicitor general, this man have killed people. This man have gone to people, and just because of job, you heard that already on that tip. All kinds of ritualistic killings and whatsoever. It's nothing for him to damage a politician. It's nothing. It's nothing for him. He's doing the dirty work of the government. Yes, I don't blame him. I blame the other ones then who don't even have no integrity. I blame Bwaka. I blame Ure. All these people. Because they think they have entitlement. They think that they are the old politician, so they're entitled to a position in our country. And Mr. Cummings got no right to run for president. No right. If we don't put our foot down, this is what we're going to. And President Weah, if you think you're doing it for your own interest, trust me, you're doing it to yourself. The whole world is watching you. You're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. That's Article 61 will not save you. It will not save you if you cause problem into Liberia. It will not save you. How can you send a man to court who never touched a document? He just was the head, and you sent him to court that he forged your document. The next day, this other one. The next day, this other one. And this look, this is getting serious. This is getting serious. The ANC people, if you guys don't want to take action, it's up to you. It's up to you. We're not saying that we should go in the street to demonstrate. Even when Mr. Cummings leave the court, nobody talking. When Mr. Cummings walk from that court, you're listening to it. That some of us every day will bring our damn self on Facebook to try to explain. I don't know what the people do in Liberia. I know you're going around. You can go around the whole day and collect look for all the members. But the fact is that your political leader, our political leader, is still going to court. Still going to court. That is the new way that they deny politicians. And for the UP people, they don't know what they're playing with. They don't know what they're playing with. Because of their pride, their ego, they are so damn corrupt. Or statesman. Do you know what my subpoena? Subpoena, they force you. You are under obligation to come to that court. You are under obligation. It's a disgrace. We believe it that he was going. You see, that's why some of the stupidness they always say. Like that fool who say he not Muslim or Christian. Oh, and you say, Mr. Bwaka, we never expected Mr. Bwaka to go there. Yes. Because it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, total disgrace on Mr. Bwaka to even allow them to subpoena him. This was the same man in Philadelphia sitting with a spoon that when I get home, I will fix it. Eh? He's suffering from Alzheimer's. This man suffering from Alzheimer's. You got all kinds of corrupt people them and talking to him. So witchcraft. The old man don't know where to even lay again. He don't know. He don't know where to go anymore. This is serious. You're taking for a joke. I can still remember my post. New Year's Day. I said a lot of political surprises. But they were expecting a certain time. These guys are going 5 months of misdemeanor. Or case that's supposed to last for 30 days. They're going 5 months today. And the Solicitor General continue to say, oh, this case I get 34%. This case I get this. Oh, this case and I want Mr. Cummings' lawyer to just go in and come back and walk out. Or because they're paying them. Or because they're getting paid. Or somebody playing some dirty games. Somebody playing games. Oh, yes, Mr. Cummings love the law. Mr. Cummings want to live by the rules. Mr. Cummings is a law-abiding citizen. So Mr. Cummings will follow the law. Yes, he continued to go there. When we're telling you, you saw how UP entered yesterday. They brought all the vagabonds, people there who nothing. With everything that going, why even Bwaka should still be even walking around? Mr. Cummings all over the place doing what he's supposed to do. But yes, I will be honest with you. Nobody should say they don't have a toe on him. Nobody can say it don't have or it's not playing on him. You cannot be in court every day. When you leave court, you go. Now they can't. I'm telling y'all now. This thing you're doing, they will delay. Mr. Cummings, no, it's possible that he go to jail. It is possible that they could send him to jail because of the government. But what they're doing, they're looking at the time for it to come closer. They look at the time when it comes closer, they check 1 year. 1 year will be in November. By that time, election on. 1 year will be in November. Or they will be demonstrating, or in the street will be demonstrating. We need to call on the international community. We need to call on everybody. This is a witch hunt. It makes no sense. Every day you go to court, they cancel it, they postpone the case. The Solicitor General is aware. Okay, let's put it this way. You know that according to you, nobody can testify to or photocopy. Why you allow them to take the original back? Since you know all that, then the law's not saying nothing. These guys are witchcraft. All these things never happened before in our country. It never happened underneath Ellen Johnson. If that thing was going on today, just imagine UP, because of their stupidness, they said they will not free candidate. They tried to demonstrate. They said no election, no Bwaka, no election, no UP, no election. If there was CDC used to go and harass every day. They will, when they arrest Molba Molu, they will go there, they will stand to that place and harass until they free them. It's the same thing going on today. When ANC people won't move, I don't know what the hell wrong with y'all. I don't know what the hell wrong with you guys. In times of peace, you prepare for war. In times of war, prepare for peace. You don't need to go into the courthouse. We need to line up the damn street. Because this is not fair. For what?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you too. This is pure nonsense. We're taking it for a joke. Nobody said we should go and demonstrate and start breaking things. We need to do it every day. I'm saying it all. If you guys don't want to do it, it's up to y'all. I'm not running for president. I want to try my best. We cannot wait for them to take action. We know exactly what they want to do. This one is no rocket scientist. They are delaying this thing over. They're taking their time, they will reach to the place where they will say that judge is not a jury case. If that judge come up and say Mr. Cummings is guilty, what you will do? What are we going to do? Take an appeal? Yes, go to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court will say, oh yes, that's what the judge, they will hold up to the case. They will say, yes, that's true. And they will delay. They will delay. If they want to send Mr. Cummings to jail, you'll send him to jail. If you say Mr. Cummings guilty, you'll send him to jail. But you're delaying the process because they're waiting for this particular time. They say, but ANC will not do nothing, and they put them not doing nothing. They're testing you. They're testing you. Let me tell you. And if anyone under my feed today, if anybody under my feed that make stupid remarks when I'm reading, I will deal with you accordingly. And if you're in America, I will block you for good. I'm serious about it. If you honor my feed and you put any nonsense comment, I will deal with you good. Good. If you want to put something about Bwaka, put it about Bwaka. You want to put a job, you put it. But if you make mistake and insult me, or you make it personal between you and myself, I will deal with you accordingly. Okay. So these are the things they're doing. This government know they fail completely. This government is a disgrace. Country for 200 years. Stay. People making fun out of Liberia for light at the airport. People are making fun out of Liberia. You go on all the show, even in America, they're making fun out of Liberia on different stations. But yesterday, our president playing on a playground with light in the night, driving all the best cars. They call him the best dressed president. People are dying, but they get the Solicitor General into courthouse behind a little misdemeanor. This case is almost like when you arrest somebody for parking ticket. Yes, it's like a parking ticket. Yeah. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. We need to show up to that place. We need to show up. We need to show up. Nobody said you should go and disturb. Nobody said that. But the fact is that we know that this is clear. How can you, in 4 months, that when the justice minister asks for document, 4 months, the Solicitor General alone cannot just indict you without the Minister of Justice aware of it. But the Justice Minister requested, I need you to submit to my office in 72 hours all documents. So that all the time Mr. Cummings been going to court, that just Serena see for his own thing. That just Serena see for his own thing because the Justice Minister, he said the Justice Minister did it, the Justice Minister said lie, so that the own thing. Or the authority came from McGill, or it came from George Weah. We need to call on the international community. We need to call every international outlet, news people to come in. The oppositions who think that they will bring their friend down, they will go down. They will go down. They will go down. Mr. Cummings will not go down with them. Their whole political career is over after 2023. Their career is over. All the money they stole from Liberian people, it will go down to the drain. All the houses they built, nobody will rent it. It will look like a shit. All the stealing, they stole Liberian people money. You can see the poverty coming in their eyes now. You're just watching. You're watching, see. Let them continue to steal and let them continue to honor man, or they think they can disgrace another innocent Liberian. Because of what? Position? Because of president? Because of president? Because you want to steal? You're afraid of Mr. Cummings? You're taking him to court? Mele Mohammed and the Muslim, the non-Muslim, Christian, who's struggling to make ends meet, he and all putting muff on Mr. Cummings. Butt naked in America and all putting muff on Mr. Cummings. All kind of shit people then putting muff on an innocent man. All kind of dirty people there who's struggling to make, because they get one small house they can sit down inside. Who's struggling to look for a government job. All they're doing, they're begging all the officials in Liberia. That all they're doing, they're begging, struggling, that they are all causing Mr. Cummings. That they are all causing Mr. Cummings. Mele Muhammad Ali, the Muslim boy, who denied his own tribe because of lying. And the man who just going around, sleeping around with people, children there, and pregnant there, and telling them, say they will take out the belly. I'm talking to you, Mo Ali. I'm talking to you, Mo Ali. Your lie so damn much. For politics, you damaging your life for politics. You were on the same spoon last year. You admitted, you said you took the paper around. Then you came back, you lied. You said you carry 5 documents around. Why would you want to carry 5 documents around? If there's 5 documents, why can't I keep my document? They only notarize 1 document. Nobody notarized 2 documents. All of them, you're so damn dumb and stupid. Nobody notarized 2 documents or 3. For transparency's sake, when you notarize the main document, it goes into that place. The other one, you keep it as a copy. You don't keep notarizing because you know why? Because of corruption. They don't want you to do anything with it, so the notarized copy go to the person who's supposed to keep that. That's what happened. I never see nobody notarizing 2 copies, one for you, one for me. They don't do it. You don't do it unless you got about three different an agency that needs copies of that thing and they are concerned about it. Then the solicitor say, I don't know why they even notarize 1 copy. Who notarized 2 copies here? You keep 1 for yourself and you give 1 to the person. Who do that? Who? Every day they lying to you. They come to the Constitution, they gave you different information. Senators who, Darius Dillon, they lying publicly. They make you to understand that you don't know nothing. They will come and give their own version. And you yourself, there's another guy, I listened to some story yesterday on with again. Yeah? Thank God, Mr. Ability is not the chairman anymore. And Yombly is, in fact, the party that bars up people party. Look at all that nonsense. You want to fool yourself? That party that bars up people party, that the bars up people get a party there. Enough for nobody. Yeah, we don't have it. We the bars up people get a party. All kinds of division. Ben serving a basso man. Zago, the basso man. Bility, the basso man. Just for power greed. The same people who complain about 2015, they say they won't go back to 2015. My question to them now, if they say yes, the 2021 in their favor, but then why you are requesting for 2015 when you know that the 2021 document, that's the one you're looking for? The 2021 document, the changes that you made, whether they put it there or not, your problem you have with your first document, the problem Yombly, Dillon, and other had was Mr. Bromsky, the late Bromsky, had too much power. He alone could make any decision in the party. That is what they were against. That is why they were not speaking to Mr. Bromsky. Because Mr. Bromsky had every power. But what I do know, that the people love Bromsky, so people understood Bromsky. Bromsky was not just imposing his right, infringing on the right. But Yombly now won the same right to go back to her because she want to make. And let me make you to understand. Even if Yombly take over, Darius Dillon take over, you can still go with the party, you can go to UP. The ability people, the people then, you see, let me tell you something. I want to make it clear to you today. 2 things they can do. They got 2 choices. They can either come back together as a group and make the party stronger. If they want to contest, they can contest. That's the right. But if they take the party and thinking that they're going to push Bility out, split will be in a party again. Because when you push Bility out, understand that a lot of people go with Bility too. So get it straight. If you push Bility out, a lot of people go with Bility. And you will only remain with the handful of people in Buchanan and a handful, right? Because not everybody in your favor. So stop being selfish. Stop being selfish. Y'all say to show that you don't have sense. Y'all say y'all expel Mr. Ability. Mr. Ability say he suspended you. But the court still recognize Ability, and then you yourself now you contacting Ability. I thought you say you expel Ability. Now it's to the court. Y'all stop dancing all over the place. I'm now a Liberty Party man. I don't give a damn which way they will go. But what I believe is that I hope you can solve your problem. And let me tell you, ANC contested on their own before. ANC will continue to campaign. ANC will continue to go to places. People will join us. You can put the 3 corrupt leaders together. You can put the Joe Bwaka, you put Bernard Ure, you put Yombly Kanga. The Liberian people will reject you. They will reject you in the morning, in the day, anytime, because We will tell the Liberian people that you people are very, very corrupt. The only people that will follow you, that the one them who depending on you to win so they can get smarty. That's all. That's the only people that will follow you. So tomorrow, ANC member, we want you to show up tomorrow. Carry your placard. If possible, put on the placard that the SG is corrupt. Let put the placard that the government is behind it. When I made a government feedback, then they will turn it around. If President Weah bring problem, President Weah, do not cause problem in our country. Do not infringe on the rights of the people. You went and dropped all the charges against Botnike, and Botnike never went to court, but you gave him a clemency. Botnike sitting in America here today talking all kinds of nonsense, insulting Mr. Cummings, but Botnike gone to Joshua. You're the you people. Let me make you understand. I see them cussing Annie. They say Annie, that porn star, because she got some one movie, she was showing people how to, for sex, something. You see, that's what. And at the same UP now, UP say they don't deal with rebel. They say, and what about this? Doyen, that rebel son. So UP now are saying that this guy, he's a rebel. He part of a rebel, so they don't want to be battle him. The same thing we're talking about. They are so tribalistic. That Ami Moda is related to Joe Bwaka. Ami Moda is related to Joe Bwaka. And that the same thing that happening in Lofa County. They are so tribalistic. You go to Lofa County, the people say, oh, but the papi that want papi, we can go against the papi. But one thing I know about the Lofians, you can get 10 Lofians in a race. The 10 Lofians will divide the vote among the 10 Lofians. The 10. So they said the old man told them they will not vote if they don't carry this guy, what his name said, Joe Bwaka candidate. If he's not in the race, they're not voting. If you don't vote, the other people will vote. The other people will vote. The old man failed the CPP. The old man is a disgraced vice president. The old man is a disgraced leader. First time in the history of Liberia, if this man was somebody for peace, the man even walk in the court to look in Mr. Cummings' face and say, hey, Cummings, what's up? He could not even look in Mr. Cummings' face. He couldn't even shake Cummings' hand. You're forced to be in the CPP. But you people know to break up the CPP is based on consensus. Even if 3 leave, the CPP stay together. You know that? It's just the name CPP. But according to the document that I just get to know, and then I ask someone about that consensus, if the 3 leave, one party can still carry the name. If they say they don't want to be part of you because they need 4 to damage it. That's what they say. So you see how they close it up? They need 4 parties to destroy the CPP. But some of them, they don't want to put a document. They still don't know. Maybe they don't know what they're writing. If you need 4 parties to destroy something, to destroy it, they all must sign to dissolve it. If one man don't sign, you cannot dissolve it. So if the 3 force their way out, the one man can keep the name CPP. Y'all go to lawyer again. Y'all go to the lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. But I'm only giving you some sense. If you got a document that is telling you it based on consensus, everything you do, everybody must agree. To break it up, everybody. To go and get a document, everybody. Now, if 3 say we gone, I don't follow them. And stay for me, it's still mine. It's still mine. The law will back me because it was based on consensus. This document can only be trashed if the four parties agree to trash it. This document, this document can only bring new people in when the four parties agree to bring you in. This document can select their leader if the four parties agree on the leader. Danami put it there. Danami put it there. If the three parties say they're going, you can go. If the other party is signed CPP, that's just the name, collaboration of political parties. That's it. Now, somebody say, but they say collaboration. No. Why you think they say all Liberian party? That all the Liberian in all Liberian party? No. All Liberian party that just one political party. But they're not all Liberians in that party there. So some people want to argue because Liberian men we quick on arguing. But no, collaboration, that two persons can hold collaboration. Yes. More than one is collaboration are true. But if you get a document based on consensus, not on majority, because they were so wicked, they were worried about Mr. Cummings leaving, so they put all the tough things in there. Because, they're not far-sighted. Three of them, all the way, they were cheating. The three parties were cheating. Let me tell you the real truth. The three parties, they were really cheating. But they forgot what they should have done. Listen, let's do the thing based on majority. If majority say yes, that's it. But instead, they say no. Let's put it on consensus. Because they think that if they do it by majority, if they say yes, then Mr. Cummings will leave. But they were so corrupt until God confused them. They still could have put in the clause to hold you, and then don't do it as a consensus building. That means when they go in the first one, if the three parties say, okay, we'll carry Joe Boaka, Mr. Cummings got no choice but to argue and go to the primary. But instead, to even damage the document, you need 4 signatures. Oh, you don't know that, eh? To damage the document, you need 4 signatures to go to NEC and take it from there. Yombly can't take it. She couldn't take it out. Mr. Cummings alone cannot take it from there. And Boaka alone cannot take it. Euro alone cannot take it from there. So let me tell you now, Liberian people. So you're thinking about it. Because of all the hala from the Taylor Town, the alliance, and the other coalition during the Ellington, everything boop, went down. Everything is trash. That is why they decided to make this one harder for people to not to leave. They set the trap, and the trap catch them. But listen, the God we serve will get us through. Liberia will get a change. Liberia will get the president they deserve. Liberia will have a leader, not a ruler. Liberia will have a leader for the people who will put the people interest first, who will not put no damn businessman interest in anything. The only man for that job that Alex Cummings. The only man who is prepared and ready on day one to make his first decision that Alex Cummings. That Alex Cummings. You all know that. That is why Alex, and listen to me. I will tell you this, ANC is doing better than any political party in Liberia. ANC registering new members than anything. And they all going to register. Not just registering member by month. Not by month. No, I will tell you, we're not going to, it's not no secret. But y'all continue to say ANC not doing nothing, no problem. ANC they're not nothing. But we only piss off, we know that this government, This government has failed the Liberian people. The only chance of winning is to cheat. The only chance that they have with them right now is to cheat. So they want to get rid of Mr. Cummings. They want to get rid of Bwaka. That's it. But the UP people don't know. Look, you see, you guys, let me be upfront with you UP guys today. Nobody stop you from leaving. I think you should have been fair enough to Cummings. Call Ure, call everybody, and sit together and say, guys, let us break the CPP apart. Let everybody go on their own. Let us not fight. Let us go by our business. If we get to the finish line, whoever don't make it and the other man there will support. Clean. That is what we've been saying sometimes. But you're causing one person. How can one man be the problem? How can one man, you say one man caused the problem in CPP, Mr. Cummings? And honor his leadership, everything was fine. Honor his leadership, we won. Honor his leadership, CPP was strong. Okay, let me agree. Mr. Cummings refused to go to meeting. Why you people could not have meetings? Why you couldn't do the right thing? Why you couldn't stay in CPP to fix it? And Mr. Cummings took the blame. Mr. Cummings didn't put the blame on you. He said it publicly. He said, I blame myself too. Because he part of the group. But none of y'all took blame. Every one of y'all said that Mr. Cummings. Mr. Bwaka left CPP when CPP he killed CPP. We the one trying to rescue CPP right now. Mr. Bwaka killed the vision. Mr. Bwaka sitting there listening to Ure, who will never ever be president in Liberia, who will never get a government job in his life. Yeah. And under a good administration, he will not be able to steal because he will pay government taxes. He will pay every penny that he owes government. He will not be able to steal. And he afraid that under the Cummings administration, they will find out the dirty work he was doing at Maritime. So all that thing he worried. That's why he want Mr. Cummings around. He won't make sure he will do anything for Joe Bwaka. Under the Cummings administration, the Maritime boss will find out under Cummings administration to see some of the dirty work that Ure did and some of the deals that he have in there that he want to go back. They will see it. This man will never be president. Why Mr. Bwaka follow him? Then you're ready, you say, oh, Mr. Ability. Mr. Ability. Mr. Ability not running for president. What a Mr. Ability did, Mr. Ability did nothing. Nothing wrong. It's the same greediness of Yombly and Delon. The same greediness. Is that how you won't come to power? Delon, he showed off a little 9-year job. So that is why he disappointed and have disappointed all his fans. And just get few with him. If you all know and you believe that the CPP document was fraud, why you can resign? They put out a stupid one that called itself lawmaker. Can't even answer one question. Cannot, because you know what? Bwaka want to use him as his VP. Prince is more popular in Bon County than Joel. Prince is popular in Bon County than Joel. Prince now is fighting both ways. Let me be able to understand. Don't be surprised that Prince with John CDC, you're going to be sitting there. All kinds of things going on. So Prince got some money. Mr. Bwaka now want to use Prince to go as his VP. You see that? We know all that. We know all the rigmarole that going on. But you people, y'all continue to play your dirty games. Y'all will be the loser. Y'all will be the loser. We're not afraid of UP getting in the race. But we only want to teach you that you people are damn corrupt. UP is corrupt, Liberian people. Liberian people, UP is corrupt. UP will not help you. CDC will not help you. We will look for different party. It can be the tier one gonglo, it can be the commies, it can be whosoever. But I know it will be commies. We need new face. We cannot go back to the same old diet that we came from. We cannot go back to the diet that we came from. We cannot go back to the same diet. The same place we came from, we can't go there. If you show that Liberian people, if you show George Weah is good, you can keep George Weah. Keep George Weah. You know, some people will call me and say, Mooney, you know, sometimes don't talk about UP, talk about George Weah. Your thing was stupid. Your thing was stupid. And y'all will do it, man. I'm not doing it this time. Y'all continue to honor man the process. Y'all honor man the process. Y'all hate us. Y'all hate the gods. The ground that Mr. Cummings walk on, y'all hate the guys so much until y'all lie. More Ali, Mr. Cummings sweat in your stomach, More Ali. Mr. Cummings sweat in your stomach. They're not stealing money. Or young man like you. Mr. Cummings never asked you to lie for him. Or young man like you. You deny your own religion. You deny your religion. You posted something as if you were celebrating with your family people. Or Muslim man, you deny your entire religion. You are a criminal for true. Sleeping with people, children, all in a place that you're the one won't come to power. You get butt naked all on social media with no clothes. He said won't come to power. You get another corrupt one, then they're stealing all over the place. They damaged the first government. Now they want to come back to power. Yeah. They want to use poor Mr. Bwaka. Because Mr. Bwaka, I thought Mr. Bwaka had wisdom. Mr. Bwaka is a storyteller. You're sorry for saying it, but Mr. Bwaka is a storyteller. Mr. Bwaka remind me of the papa who I know. He can tell you about the old thing that been happening. But he mean he just said, my son, just take it easy in life. Oh, just be respectful. Oh, just this and that. But still, that woman, you get vision. They only give you stories. Do you know what it means for them to subpoena you? That old man should have put that thing to stop long time. Then when I hear some stupid people saying, Mr. Cummings said, y'all go sue me. Mr. Cummings never uttered the word sue me. That people were saying y'all go to court. And even if they say it, we are the spectator, we are the members. Mr. Bwaka, who was the leader, came to America here. He said it in Minnesota, when I go back, I will fix it. He sat down with spoon. He said, I will fix it. When I go back, I will take care of everything. They call me the fixer. He went there, he damaged the party. Damaged the entire collaboration. Damaged the collaboration, my people. You tell me for God's sake. It is a disgrace. First time in our history, the subpoena of vice president. Go and see. And they don't know what the meaning of subpoena. The subpoena the vice president. If you don't go there, they will arrest him. If you don't go, they will arrest him. Then, what his name? He said he met the vice president. He talked to the vice president and he met the vice president on arrival. Look how disgraceful. Or opposition. Opposition is a state witness for the government. You know, they never thought this case was going to go that far. They thought it was only Mr. Cummings alone. How in the world you subpoena WhatsApp messages as if WhatsApp is a Liberian business? How are you not going to get it? Mr. Ure turned over all the WhatsApp messages. He turned them over to the man on a cover. This man tampered with the evidence. With the evidence, tamper with it. Liberian people. What else? What? Not because you're hate Mr. Cummings. Because you hate Mr. Cummings, so that is why you're allowing these things to happen. Because you hate this man. Why? Tell me. You're afraid. You're afraid of Cummings. You're afraid of Cummings, my people. Hold for me. I'm looking for something quick. So tell me, all these things, eh? Tio Momo received the text and asked, Mr. Cummings, will the chairman sign? Yes. Darius didn't say, he gave 3 hairprints. Mr. Boaka said, oh, thank you, Cummings. Mr. Cummings telling them, say, guys, time is against us. We got to go and register now. They went there, they had a big ceremony. They had a big program. They came back, they announced it. This document is a living document. Eh? Hey, Liberian people. It's sad. Our country, I don't know whether we'll make it 2023 or whether it will be okay, but these guys are so corrupt, my people. They are corrupt, corrupt. You got a government that cannot even protect the people. Then you get opposition fighting another opposition. You get Joseph Boaka going as state witness, former vice president of the Republic of Liberia, going as a witness for the government against another opposition. Before you prosecute or before you indict someone, that means you went through the investigation, you got cause that yes, I can indict him. The Minister of Justice don't know about it. 4 months, the Minister of Justice asking for documents. Show me the evidence. Hey, my people. You want to tell me now, so the people making mockery out of the justice system in Liberia? That means the people who killing going free. There's another lawyer, I just saw it, butt naked, the other butt naked who fought war, beat this lawyer. The man afraid. That man from Nima County. Butt naked or crime man. Patrick Sulu or crime man. 107 or crime man. Everybody involved. The other guy from Nima County. The man afraid right now. Beat the man up. The guy is a lawyer. What kind of law in this country? What's going on in Liberia that this president don't, he can't make it anymore? President Weah, if he can't make it, let the people know. If you can't make it, don't contest. Because it's still going to be hell for you. You look, and let me ask you guys, don't let nobody fool you. President Weah did nothing in the first 4 or 5 years. There's nothing he can do in the other 6 years. President Weah was not elected to tell us that he's going to build houses for some people. President we have built houses only in his territory. In Sano, in Popo Beach, he built it for his own people. That's not what we elected president we are for. We elect president, we have to go build park for himself. He got key to the park. Yes. He goes there every day. We elected president. We are the first thing he did. He roofed certain houses in Gibraltar with the taxpayer money. He never used his own money. It was taxpayer money. It was in there. It was in the report. Then he paved the road going to Jamaica Resort and rebuilt Jamaica Resort because it was a trash before. That his personal property. Then he rebuilt his house. At the same time, he paving some roads. But the president was able to finish all his projects in 1 year, 3 months, and government project is still going on. That's not what we elected president we are for. That's not what we elected president we are. Children passing national exam, it got nothing to do with president we are. We the one pay our children's school fees. They're not president we are. They're not president we are. Declaring free tuition for University of Liberia and other colleges are for nothing. For nothing. We got people, children still selling cold water, selling plastic bag in the street. The ones that went to University of Liberia can pay their own school fees. We got children selling 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Why they supposed to be in school? Why you declare free education for them? Why you declare free education? You know what about Liberian people? They're good. Some of them will realize it. When they brought it up that day, I said, listen, this thing freaked me up. I see nothing in the president. We are only gave this, made a decision so LU children can go after him. But it was the dumb thing they ever did to give free education. No, in LU, no way. Free education for government schools. Government subsidize other private schools. Free education. Then you can go after the parent and say, why the child not in school? Free education. Child look for the child uniform. Free education. Although the teacher, they will still try to steal. They will say, bring tissue, bring Clorox, and bring this. And they will pack that whole room with the Clorox. Then they go sell it. We know that when they did it to us too. They did it to us. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. Free education. So you forget about the young people you give free education to LU students who can pay their way to go to school. Who some of them are working. Then people, and you see what happened today? And you yeah. What a benefit. What's the benefit? What is the benefit? What we got from other aid? Everybody talk about free education. There's great United States. When things was tough, before they passed the law for free education in America, that every child must go to school from elementary, from primary, and from kindergarten straight to 12th grade. It's free. It's free. Liberia could do it. The money that they spent to LU and the state cannot do it, they should have done it. Nobody asked you to pay WAEC fee. People are still going to pay WAEC fee. We were still going to pay WAEC fee. But Liberian people were so ungrateful. Mr. Cummings was the first man who took upon himself to pay WAEC fee. He announced it. He made news out of it. Joshua followed it. That's it. That's some big thing. The most important things that the government is supposed to do can protect the people. When they hear your citizen die, you think businessmen won't come in the country? The police, they say, oh, police not get logistics. How the police will not get logistics when the senator taking $30,000 every year? The president taking almost $5 million for his own self every year for presidential project. How you protect the citizen? The only security that is well armed is the one that near the president. But all the other wanted to get baton. You get a police director that don't even know nothing about management because he police, so he must be police director. Who told you that for you to be police director, that means you're policeman? No, 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 no. A police director can be a lawyer, someone who did maybe criminal justice or something, or administrate. You can be administrator. That's it. It's administrative position. Look at the great America. Only few people who went through the rank and file of the CIA or FBI became police director. Eh. 2 times in the history of America, for on 3 times, it happened 3 times, for them to have a defense minister to be a former military guy. It happened with Chuck they what about Hagen, Chuck Hagen or something, yeah, Chuck Hagen, and Donald Trump defense minister, and the new defense minister today. All these positions, but look at Patrick Sulu. What he know about management? Not because he went to the police station. Yes, they got some people who went to the service, and from there they left and improved themselves. They are administrators. You know, they did certain things. Yes, Brandon Samoka, all these guys. Brandon Samoka was a military man. Okay, A.B. Kurman. A.B. Kurman was a police, but he did other stuff. So he's an administrator. But Patrick Sulu, forget it. Oh, Joey my childhood friend. Joey my childhood friend. Because Joey my childhood friend, I got to be police director. Everything broke down in the country. Everything broke down in the country. Yeah. The deputy director for operations. These are the people then that are tough on them. These are the toughest people. These are the ones who run the place. The administrator, the boss, and the deputy. In fact, most of the time the deputy run it. No law and order. People are dying every day. They're raping our children. They're raping young children. Other people, children dying. Y'all saw the President Weah congratulated his daughter. She got an associate degree in nursing in Kentucky or somewhere in America. Y'all who every day y'all talk about other people's children. Y'all talk about other people's children. Some of us, our children born in America. President Weah got other sons that were born here. Tita and the other ones that were not born here. But President Weah was able to bring his children because he had the money. That was a good thing. She in America going to school. That girl, I know Tita. If Tita was anything, Tita could maybe be having masters or maybe PhD by now. But her father is the president. But Muni, why are you saying all these things? Because some of y'all in Liberia there, y'all who supporting this government, y'all say, oh, hey, y'all get your children in America. They're not us. Some of us who born our children were lucky to born in here. We got children in Liberia too. So you need to stop it. I don't have no problem. What I'm trying to say here, President Weah brought his children. That girl was in America before President Weah became president. She was in America before President Weah became president. Champ was in America before her father became president. But sometimes when y'all sit, your sedition and other people, oh yeah, because you're sitting in America there, your children, everybody want for the children to get good education. Everybody. I'm only saying it to let you know that some of us were just blessed because we could have been in the same position like you too. To get our children there, everybody just sit down in Liberia. Who and I want to send their children to a good place? But I think the president needs to do better. He's the president. You can go up and come down. His name will remain on history as the 25th president of Liberia. Can we give President Weah another chance? No way. But if you think President Weah do good, if you think that President Robert doing good, he's okay, you can keep him. But we can't go backward. No way. We cannot elect any other person. We either go forward, we remove George Weah, and put another person there. The first term was the one you gave George, the one you gave George Weah. The second term is based on George Weah himself. President Weah did all his contract. He built all his houses. That's why you see right now some things happening. President Weah built all his houses already. He ain't got to build nothing new again. That is why President Weah fighting, but the only thing that they mess up, no money coming in. That is why President Weah then fighting. They using the money, so they use it so the country broke. They putting taxes all on businesses because they need money. And Dubai, Saudi Arabia or Dubai, they gave $5 million for the project behind the barracks. They said that Jawia own money because Jawia said, "Oh, we want to build this," and the people gave $5 million. That means that Jawia money again. My people, you tell me something. Why Jawia ain't beg for the money when he was George Weah? They ain't gave George Weah that money because he was just George Weah. They gave it to him because that's a president country and he begged for it. And he begged for it. That's what made him be president. Why you can't beg for something else now? Liberian people, when you will understand this thing here, that for Liberia to succeed is in your hands, oh. In your hand, this is not no, but we know what's going on. President Weah, the sedition, the CDC people, they're afraid of Mr. Cummings any day. Mr. Cummings will defeat them with his eyes closed any day. The only time they had news was 2017. But with the time Mr. Cummings has spent in our country and going around, Mr. Cummings have done a lot for Liberia individually. 10 times 10 times 10 more than George Manneh Weah as president. Yeah. Mr. Cummings believe in education. Mr. Cummings believe. How you think Mr. Cummings gave the money to the community college? Because he believed that they should have more science and mathematics students. That is the world today. That is the world today. When the last time the president of Liberia talked about it? When the last time the president of Liberia talked about STEM school in Liberia? When the last time the education minister went around to subsidize private schools? No, they don't do it again. They play politics with the children education. They all got schools with no auditorium. Liberian people, please, it's in your hands. The people who took Mr. Cummings to court, they will catch up with them. Please like the video now. Like the video, please. The people who carry Mr. Cummings to court, they will catch up with them. You watch and see. You watch and see. Let them continue to do what they're doing. You watch and see. Because this is pure nonsense. Pure nonsense. Tomorrow, Mr. Cummings will be in court tomorrow. Joe Boakai will be in court tomorrow. But I'm saying that these guys are playing delay tactics. They are playing delay tactics because they want to reach certain time to come up with a decision. Listen to the Solicitor General and you will know. Okay, guys, I'm done. Let me go through the comments and then we can call it a day. You're right. That one are true. I got and then the funny part, they will call you daddy. And they'll call you and say, "Hi, daddy." I say, Somebody called me that I was afraid. Yeah, Nancy, how are you, man? Yeah, they say UP chairman in America is a rebel, former rebel. That what UP say. Oh. So you right, man. We gotta do something. Oh, we gotta do something. Other person, Jenica say you will balance. Thank you, yeah. Thank you. That's some of the people there. That's some of the people there. Free eating. That the fact. Free eating. Oh, free eating. They try to kill people. I'm telling you, I don't know why the case is still in court. Common misdemeanor that's supposed to go for 30 days. They gone 3, 4 months. We're in the 5th month today, and we're taking it for joke. We're taking it for joke. We're taking it for joke. Nothing. It benefit the government. They want to delay. They want to damage. But Mr. Bwaka don't know that they're going after him too. He don't know that. They're trying to bring him on the stage to ridicule him correctly. Then they return it over to Mr. Cummings' lawyer. Then Mr. Cummings' lawyer will interrogate him too. But the woman who say he got wisdom. You see, now this is the other person here who said Mr. Cummings brought it on himself and allowed one man Musa ability. You see, Richelieu Barclay, you are dumb. You dull. You are very dull. Let me educate you a little bit. Musa Ability was not the political leader. And two, if Musa Ability supporting Mr. Cummings is not a crime, Yombly supporting Mr. Bwaka is not a crime. You understand? So if you say Mr. Cummings follow Mr. Ability to damage the CPP, you are stupid and you are very, very number one stupid for the day on the show. I will tell you the real truth. This place is not for dull people or slow people. You don't need to be slow, my brother. I beg you. And stop guessing. Stop following people. Be your own man. Be your man for yourself. Be man for yourself. I told you already. I'm not for that nonsense. Some people are just damn dogs. They don't respect themselves. You people are so, I swear to God. Your own dullness, I don't know if you're just naturally want to be. It's not no rocket scientist. Oh. You don't got to be no rocket scientist to know what is going on in Liberia. Yeah. You know, everybody's supporting who they want to support. But you jump on that ability damage CPP. That ability was chairman for CPP. Ability was the chairman for CPP. Eh? Ability was the chairman for CPP. But what they plan to do, I'm telling you, they plan it. What's up, foreign guy? How's everything? I'm telling you, we need to let the international community know. We need to have awareness for people to be aware of this thing because it's pure nonsense. Pure nonsense. They're accusing us already, so we need to do what we need to do. Okay, let me see. I think some people want to make a call. Okay, Prince, if you're there, I'm going to send you this link so you can come on. I know you want to come in. Okay, Prince, I just sent you the link on your WhatsApp, on your messenger. I sent you your link. If you want to come on, you can. That's truth. Nelson, I gave that one. You're right. That's the fact. That's the fact. Look, I will blame Mr. Boaka any day, any time for the fall of CPP. It was on his watch. It was on his watch. All these things took place because we expected him to call Ure and Mr. Cummings in the room and talk to them one on one and see how best to fix it. But instead, you sat there and thought, oh, Cummings don't want to come to meeting. Cummings refused to come to meeting. Cummings refused to come to meeting. Eh? That's why you left the CPP because Cummings refused to come to meeting. Eh? If Cummings were going to follow every one of them, when Cummings was chairman, these people refused to contribute. You don't understand at all. When Mr. Cummings was chairman, there were nothing. Une Cummings alone was going around the county. All the guys were sitting in Monrovia. You know, I blame Mr. Cummings. Seriously, I blame Mr. Cummings on all these things that are going on sometimes. When Mr. Cummings was chairman, we heard the news. They refused to pay their due. Even on Spoon, they asking the question, Mr. Cummings, it is true. Mr. Cummings said, oh no, everybody playing a part. Instead of them spraying themselves all around to go and talk, Mr. Cummings alone was going around the country. Mr. Cummings went to Grand Bassa County for Yombly. Mr. Cummings was in Nima County. Mr. Cummings was all over the place. Eh? All over the place. Mr. Cummings was in Cape Mount. Mr. Cummings was in Grand Gita. All over the place. None of them helping. Yeah, Prince, what's up, my man? You can hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, General. How you doing?
Okay, good. Not bad, my man. Not bad. Give me your view. I'm trying to say this thing here because the thing is that I'm getting so pissed off. I got the information. These guys, they are delaying this case. We all know misdemeanor take maximum or 30 days to get rid of. And yes, if even they're going to jail you, sometimes go up to a year or they can even fine you. Either way, they fine you or they send you to jail. But These guys playing it and nobody is saying nothing. And, you know, every day you go to court, they say, oh, this other document. You go to court, this other document. Serena Sifa said, oh, no one can testify on a or photocopy if the original is Iran. So why he allow it? Give me your view. Give me your point, you boy. Tell me something. What kind of games you think the guy them playing?
Yes, General, these guys hasn't has had an opportunity. The opportunity is that the collaborating political party sold themselves to them. So obviously, you expect these guys to use this as a political maneuvering to be able to kind of slow the momentum of the opposition and also as Alexander Cummings. But the only thing I can say, at the end of the day, if Cummings then play their card right, it will end up this boom will end up sticking in the guy's stroke, or perhaps in the BUTT. I don't want to say that, and they won't be able to shut it up. Because here's the thing, this case had no magnitude on Cummings' participation in the coming general election in 2023. It can't stop him from running. It can't prevent him from running. It is just a misdemeanor. If these guys want to play this game, I will tell Cummings lawyer, I will advise Cummings lawyer, y'all gave them certain threshold, certain red line. So if this case can be over by October, then we'll continue to run the case until 2025. Because this case can be coming and say campaigning and running for president. They don't stop people running for president. So if Serena say they want to play game, let's play the game all the way. Let's continue to prosecute their case in the 2023 election time. Cummings will be on the campaign trail. When they're ready for him to go to court, you go to court and spend 1 hour there and finally go back and go run and go campaign. Nothing can stop him from running, and nothing should stop him from running. And he shouldn't be afraid or intimidated by whatever they're doing. At the end of the day, it will come a time they will want to conclude this case based on their timeline. And if they come to that, the Cummings lawyers should not allow them to conclude their case on their timeline. It should be concluded on Cummings' timeline. And Cummings' timeline was that this case should be ended in less than 2 months because it's a misdemeanor case. It's been 4 months now. It's going to 6 months now. Sooner or later, it will be into January of 2023. As soon as it gets to 2023, Cummings lawyer just continue to run the case. Cummings lawyer can say, okay, we'll get 50 witnesses to bring it on to cross-examine. They can spend all that time. And people may say, oh, what are you talking? We want to get rid of this thing and let it go. Look, these guys think they're crazy. Sometimes not one crazy woman, and not one woman can born crazy child.
Yep. Because
if even the rule today against Cummings is not stopping Cummings from running for 2023. All they want to do is to slow his momentum. That's the intent it is. And so to continue to keep the opposition off their back. Because the opposition is now supposed to be talking about the government missteps, talking about the government failure, talking about the government lack of judgment, what the government is giving ULAB $100,000 cash, whereas police don't even have uniform to wear, what the government giving putting ULAB $300,000 in the budget, whereas schools don't even have, the schools are leaking, University of Liberia, the classroom are leaking. Whereas what his name, Maggie, anywhere Maggie go, anybody invite him there, he can put he can dish out money and put the people in here, but in the national budget. So the point is, I'm making here, General, you stay there.
Yeah, I'm here.
The point I'm making here is that if they want to play the game, let's play the game together. Let's come and focus on a campaign trail. This thing shouldn't be anything. It's not anything that's going to stop it. If the thing they want to use it as a tool against him, he uses it as an advantage towards his campaign and his exposure. Let him get from the courtroom, go out and engage the people, tell the people I'm in the courtroom because this guy got me in the courtroom because they don't want me to come and see you. But whenever I leave from the courtroom, I will come and visit you. I will come and talk to you. I will come and see your condition. I will come and give you hope that your condition will be changed under my leadership. It shouldn't start coming momentum. In fact, the ANC should organize themselves right now. Every time Cummings goes to the courtroom, there should have at least about 500, 600 people from different walks of life going to show solidarity with Cummings. I'm not talking about going to the courthouse, but as soon as he leaves the courthouse, they can follow him through the city. They march behind him through the city They go to
Yeah.
campaign. They go to do one-on-one. They touch. They go to shake people in. They encourage people to do it. Let's come and use this thing as an advantage for him. It's a popularity advantage for him. Every time you come in the courtroom, let him go ahead and use that popularity to go ahead and talk to the people, engage the people. And then lastly, look, General, ANC needs to step up the game in responding to the false and fake narrative. Today, Senator Waterspoon stayed on his show using propaganda and gossip to be able to stir more confusion, talking about the document that ANC filed. ANC was giving color copy, and ANC went to unite the NEC and file black and white, and all the nonsense are talking on his show. And Senator Waterspoon consider his show to be a credible media organization. Instead of him reaching out to those people who are involved, because all the people who filed the document, they're not dead, they are alive, they are around. He can pick up phone to them, call them, verify the information for them. But he don't care about that because he works with the CDC government. The CDC government feed him information and disinformation, and he come and use his platform to come more confusion and stir more confusion among the opposition. You talking about the communist people where?
If he said the document is a color, it's a black and white, where he saw it at, he got it. He got the original. He went to NEC and got it from there.
Apparently, he said according to him, he got some document. He got a document that somebody gave him from NEC that shows that. I don't know what the kid is trying to push, but what I know he's trying to do is that he's trying to do a sensationalism and trying to do propaganda, trying to just bring about that thing to create people to, just like a tableau or Jerry Sprinkle show, to drive traffic and drive people to go and watch the show. Because it doesn't make sense. He's telling us that the document that next said that photocopy was given to them. I mean, that black and white copy was given to them. The logo was in black and white. And he's saying that USA, that color copy they gave or Cummings, or they gave to the lawyer saying that color, I don't know, it's just nonsense confusion. I had to leave the show and I was so upset because, look, when you stand to be a media entity and want to carry you should be able to hold yourself to a certain standard. You should be able to carry facts and not propaganda or gossip or maybe and who they say, I say, you say, and that's what you're doing on the show, and it all makes sense. And I was thinking that the coming scam will call because the people who handle the document, most of them have been on that show before. Alasha told been on that show before. Myra have been on that show before. They should call and say, look, this is what happened. Clarify and make sure that external propaganda does not be in the mind of the people that come in where fake and change the document and carry color, and they get him color copy and come and carry a photocopy to the election commission, because that's what Senator is saying, and that's the idea he pushed into the people's mind. Because he said that according to Joseph Barker, then was presented the document in court. Joseph Barker and Mo Ali, and Joseph Barker and Mo Ali saw the document. It was black and white. They said no, that color copy. They're not going to attest to the document because that color copy. And they didn't get black and white to come in, they get coming color copy. Well, Stanton forget to know that the document that US submitted to come to the Liberian people, yes, it was color copy shown on the logo, but that document was trash because the Liberian people rejected it because the document shows that.
Let me come in. You know, it's so simple. I usually watch a show when they finish, and I will answer them later on. The first thing, we said went to the court with the original copy. When we said got there, he testified, he showed them the original copy. They went and make photocopy of that original copy. And the man told them, said, listen, this is the only copies with neck. Only copy. So they went and made photocopy and mark it down and say, okay, evidence, blah, blah, blah. They allowed the man to take it back to neck. When Mo Ali came, he saw the copy. He said he would not testify honor of photocopy. And they said there's a law. If the original copy is still available, you don't need to photocopy. You don't need to testify. Then when the woman came back, they went and subpoenaed the guy to bring it. But according to them, the guy was supposed to subpoena the man. The man said he went there, he never saw Wilson. So when Mr. Parker went there yesterday, it was the same situation. And he said, oh no, yesterday, they said, well, we can't testify on photocopy because the man, so they went and subpoena the Lasana woman herself, and she says she will be there tomorrow with the original. So I'm surprised why Spoon TV will be singing a song when even the Solicitor General said we saw the copy, but more are they trying to play his own law. And you see, Mr. Cummings lawyers need to put their foot down and deal with this guy. At the same time, yes, why if you believe that you can only testify to a color copy, why you tell Moise, say, listen, you got to be here tomorrow with a copy again? You allow him to leave. Then Mo Ali said, no, I'm not doing it. Then you send for the man show up. So all one of them delaying. As you said, let them keep on delaying. Because campaign will
Yeah,
start. If Mr. Cummings go to that court, we will be there. By the time he leave the court, we start a rally. Anywhere he appear, that's a rally. Finish.
yes,
I don't
yes.
know.
And that's why it was baffling me that Stanton Waterspoon, he even showed on his phone. He showed on his phone, according to him, that was the original document that was submitted to Cummings, and it was color copy. And he showed even some document on the phone. And then you got Ben Savvy then talking about, oh, it doesn't matter why it work. Listen, that's not the argument. The argument is Stanton have information, and he claimed to be a credible news organization. Let him show his source of the information. Let him contact the party involved. Let him and get the side of the story. But
let me say something. Stanton playing his own game, and it will catch up with him. It will catch up with him. And Stanton, when you listen to me, I'm telling you exactly, and I continue to tell you every day when I meet you. The fact is that when he go hard on CDC, then he will come back and go to UP. But I will tell you, Stanton is between UP and CDC. Stanton will only come around ANC once in a while, but I am saying it today, and I'm serious about it. He on CDC or UP. So all what he doing, at the end of the day, that's why they got Kev Hassan on that show. And they share information, and they do what they want to do.
General, to be honest with you, I care less who Stanton want to live in bed with. I don't care about that. But my point here is that if Stanton claim that he's a reputable media institution, if you want to be a tabloid show or cheap propaganda show, it's a choice. But don't deceive the Liberian people. Don't fool the Liberian people. The Liberian people are already going through a lot right now from the politicians who are corrupting them, who are fooling them, who lying to them. They don't need more from a man who come across like a political benevolent philanthropist. He comes dishing out money to here, dishing out money there, and then presenting himself to be a credible institution where every politician are going there trying to speak to the people. For him to come out now and be playing those kind of games, it's wrong. It's wrong. That's my point. And ANC needs to respond to this sort of propaganda. Electoral Toast there, he handled the document. Let Electoral Toast you don't have necessarily how to go on Spoon, and because sometimes Stanton can do those things there, so you can get it's a bait to cause a kind of confusion. Then the people go on a show, then a show will get view. They don't have to go on show. He can come on your show and general, and he can talk to you and give his side of the story. He can go on Lofa Julia's show. He can go on Jala TV. But this Stanton guy is becoming very intoxicated, and he's trying to undermine the process. Okay, he coming if he want to be a CDC, he want to support Joria. That his business, his choice. But you shouldn't come across as neutral. Then he cause stay in confusion, more confusion, and more and showing disinformation and lies and propaganda. What happened? Why you can't call Elisha Toll? He said, Elisha Toll, I got information here. You're the one submitted the document. Somebody said the document was a color copy. How come the document neck is photocopy? I mean, black and white. And Elisha Toll can explain to him. He can call Mariah. He can even call Cummings. But he never reach out to these people. That's how reputable media institutions do. When they have a story about you, they will reach out to everybody involved in the story. They will get us out of the story. But you come out there and just make a sensational thing. Oh, I got a bunch here. It's the copy here. It's color copy. Why did some Cummings want to submit black and white when Cummings will give one color copy? Who told you Cummings will give one color copy? He said the lawyer gave Cummings a color copy. And Cummings going to give a black and white to the Election Commission. Confusing everybody, causing confusion. The thing is that they TPP first document. I copy on my computer. The very first document that US submitted, yes, it was in color. The logo and everything was in color. But that document had been run null and void because it was heavily linear on the political party aspiration and not aspiration of Liberian people. We spoke against that document. So they took that document and gave it to the lawyer. The lawyer worked on the document, did all the changes, all the alteration I needed to alter in order for it to fit within the legal framework. The lawyer did it, and the lawyer reviewed it with Bernard Ure, and the reviewer with Joseph Barker Cummings, all of them. They all accepted it. The lawyer gave it to Alexander Cummings. Did he ask if the lawyer gave a copy to Alexander Cummings that had a color copy, that was color? Did he ask that question? No. But he said he heard from all sides, he got the facts, and he's spreading misinformation. And this is wrong. There's that when the ANC is supposed to call. Somebody's supposed to call and they show us a little Stanton. Stop this thing, man. Don't do this to our people. If you want to be a proper media institution, be objective, be truthful. Your information should be factual. We're not here for sensational journalism. We're here for yellow journalism. We're here for propaganda journalism. We're here for tabloid journalism. We're here to entertain people. We're here to educate our people. If you think you get the facts, give us your source. Cite your source. Did you reach out to the people involved? But he accused him coming out to be a crook. Technically, he's trying to say that Cummings is a crook and Cummings is a criminal. He validating the notion that Cummings is a crook and Cummings is a criminal, which is very, very wrong and very, very dangerous. But I don't blame Stanton. I blame the ANC people because they feel that going on Stanton show that's the only way to get attention and they'll get the ear of the Liberian people. But I'm sick and tired of this kind of game and lies and propaganda and cheap propaganda. And I think it's unfair to the process because we are fighting the status quo. We're fighting people who want to keep the country down and keep the country in the condition it is. We're fighting people who think that nobody should get to power unless the people they get to power by patronage and not by merit. That's what we're fighting against. We're fighting against people who look at some of us here because we have the opportunity to come in here and be successful. They look at our success as a front to them. And they're fighting against us. That's what we're fighting in. So Stanton Waterspoon shouldn't come over there and it's going to diminish and kind of dampen the fight that we're fighting to transform Liberia because you have the opportunity. Joe, we are getting 4 radio stations and 1 TV station and you're on the smooth media and you're talking and people being traffic there. Do you know why people turn away from Henry Costa now? Because Henry Costa used the Liberian people as a tool for him to seek his own self-aggrandizement. The Liberian people caught up with Henry Costa now. They're sick and tired of Henry Costa game and shenanigans. That's why Liberian people turn away from Henry Costa. And Stanton Waterspoon is doing the same thing. And he needs to be addressed. He needs to be brought to book. And I say this, I will put myself on the record. Francine Richardson does not represent ANC on that show. She represents herself and her career and her professionalism. She doesn't represent ANC. So Ken Stanton keeps saying it. She represents herself. Yes, she's an ANC member. Yes, she supports Alexander Cummings, but she does not represent ANC. That's why she does not fight for the integrity of the institution. She does not push back against Stanton Waterspoon nonsense. When you're talking nonsense, when you make it up a narrative that doesn't fit within the party guideline, she doesn't push back against it. She sit there and allow Stanton Waterspoon to carry on his nonsense talk. And she don't like if ANC want people to represent them, let Mariah go up there and represent ANC. When you see Mariah up there, you see the difference. Mariah don't allow nonsense to Stanton Waterspoon to talk nonsense and care herself to come up with crap and things. So thank you very much, General. That's my own position today, and that's my own
thank you, my brother. Thank you very much for coming on.
Again, in conclusion, if Serena see for them play with this thing, let Alexander come in and play with A2. Let it stay in the court until 2025. Let's see what will happen. Because at the end of the day, when the prosecution finish, it doesn't mean the judge will make a decision. The defense will come. It will come to the defense. If Serena Silva takes 9 months to go through the case here, then the defense take 12 months to go through it too, and let's see what will happen. Then Alexander come will become the president of Liberia. He will take our case. It will be the first in the history of Liberia. Or elected president will take our case to the court to be going to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate Heidi. Yeah, so you see, this is a lot of stuff that go on. And this, sometimes this thing is not rocket scientists. Let me tell some people here, let me make some people to understand. This is my show. This is my platform. Mr. Flomo, you supporting whether we are or you supporting Mr. Boaka, it is your damn business. You come on my show, you don't tell me how to run my show. You understand? You are the one on my platform. So it is your problem. It is your problem. Maybe you don't understand when they say insult, when something is serious and stupid is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm not listening. You know, the only people that will be afraid, that will be lenient with you guys and think they're looking for vote, they're wasting their time. Because some of the Liberians, their minds have already made up. You cannot change it. Because they themselves don't know. They follow people. But some of us, I don't follow nobody. I support people. I support people. And another thing again, let me answer. Uh, 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 um, Look at, he said, if I want to win election, I should forget about Mr. Weir. You got mine, Flomo. Flomo. All the people that call Flo, they name Flomo. Sometimes they smart, sometimes they're not smart. You say I should forget about Mr. Weir, but you continue to talk about Mr. Cummings. I shouldn't tell the Liberian people how corrupt Mr. Weir is. Me that when I'm hitting you now. Mr. Weir is damn corrupt. You will continue to vote for Mr. Weir. So why should I waste my time? Why should I waste my time? Mr. Weir is corrupt. Mr. Weir lack the leadership. He cannot control Liberia. Liberia is on their own. People killing, criminal killing people in the country. You think because you live in Liberia, so that means some of no Liberia? Because you live in Liberia now, so that means people that live out of Liberia, we been here long. We ain't got no relative in Liberia. We know nobody. We know nothing about Liberia. You see, that's some of the things we're talking about. Okay, Fumba. Fumba, I don't expect you to support Mr. Cummings because you support Mr. Boaka. You're Boaka supporter, so you got all right to say, let me tell you, ABC cannot. Okay, you don't got to tell me. Your mouth is not a holy Bible. But let me show you what you just posted again. You say JB is the next president of Liberia. Liberia, no noise. Your mouth not holy Bible. And my own mouth not on vacation too now. So Samba, I don't know the last time you saw JB, but these are some of the things we're talking about. You only vote for people based on either for you now. You voting for Boaka. I bet you. I want you to post, tell me something about Boaka. I want you to give me or plans for Boaka. Just post something and tell me, say, this is what Boaka will do when he's president. But you only voted for Boaka because of your relationship when it comes to the county level. You from Lofa County, although you in Cape Man, but former MCC, you from all the way Lofa. So you strictly Boaka man. So no problem. That's all. But there's nothing else you're going to tell me about. So you say you're being insulting. They don't agree with you. No, it's not that they don't agree with me. That means you yourself, you just only on my platform and don't even know. You on the platform, but you don't really know what to say or why I'm getting pissed off. You don't know. You live in Brooklyn Park. These are the people that never will go to Labrador to vote either. Look at, he said Cummings is a little boy. So many people use him. You see? You see? So do you think I need to keep this man on my platform? You say Cummings is a little boy. He live in Brooklyn Park in one of the apartment there. But he said Cummings is a little boy. Um, Hello? Yeah? Sorry, guys. I got an important call I had to answer. Okay. Look, Mr. Cummings is too nice for Liberia politics, and Liberian people don't like someone like that. That's true. You are right. You know, spoon seals are fake. So don't you shouldn't listen to these people. Every day they talk about this wonderful document. Let me say something today. If you go to NEC and NEC gave you a copy, NEC not going to give you a color copy. NEC will not give you a color copy. Let me show you a copy of the document how it to NEC. I sure I got a copy here on my phone because these people, man. This is how the document look to NEC. This is it. They got the okay. In fact, this is the first one that the Liberian people rejected. This is the first document that they rejected. They got on the April 25th. That one, it was out. Then they got the final one that they did was May 19th. This is how the whole thing looked like. You see it? This is the copy right there. That's how it looked like. And these are all the information in there. You see it? These are all the information. So if you go to NEC and you say you want copy, when NEC photocopy this thing here, it's gonna be black and white. People are dummy. If NEC photocopy, if you make photocopy of this thing here, it will be black and white. Eh? I don't understand you guys. Eh? Why next you gave you a color copy and you requesting for a copy? This is not fair. I swear to God. Fall from Sweden. That name for trust me, I'm blocking already. I'm blocking already. You will never see my face again. I say my picking on the tool. They began all the way in Kakata. Everybody racing here now. I will wash spoon later on tonight and I will respond to them. Okay, guys, and thank you. And Tony Campbell, that's a lie. It's a blatant lie. If Mr. Cummings was a homosexual, I would not be supporting Mr. Cummings. Let me make it clear today. Mr. Cummings is not a gay. And we don't want to go that route because if we start to talk about gay, we will get president. We are involved. If we talk about gay, we'll be talking about Ellen Johnson's son. We'll be talking about Mr. Boaka, who served under Ellen Johnson, and the High Minister of Education was a gay. The Minister of Commerce was a gay. We have more gay and lesbian in our country. Mr. Cummings is not a gay, my brother. But let me tell you, like, Brian, how we looked in. How we looked. There was a question I was asked to Mr. Cummings. When what his name, I gotta take this tape and play. This boy they call Obe Obe. Obe Obe running on the cities and supporting CDC in Morovia. Obe there was the first who brought the whole nonsense. But let me tell you, when they talk about Atlanta, you know there's a saying in America here, they believe that if a successful person in Atlanta, they gay because they say Atlanta got a lot of gay. They say, oh, Mr. Cummings are gay because Mr. Cummings was vice president of Coca-Cola. You know how Liberians, they jealous, they will find names. They see Obe came up and made a whole video and apologized. I the one brought the thing on. He went and apologized to the ANC people, the ANC women, and cussed the hell out of him. But I will tell you, Tony, Mr. Cummings is not a gay. There was a question that was asked. They asked Mr. Cummings whether he support. In fact, the first thing they lied, they said Mr. Cummings gave $450,000 to a gay organization. Amen. Mr. Cummings can't spend money at all. Let me tell the real truth. So they asked Mr. Cummings what his thing on gay. This man said, and I quote, "This is what I am been fighting with. How can two men marry?" They took up the other one and they said, oh, Mr. Cummings said, this is what I've been fighting with. Mr. Cummings answered the question like the way American men will answer it. He said, this is what I've been struggling with. Not fighting, struggling with. How can two men marry? How? Liberians, you know, it's so shameful to see even some pastors bring all the nonsense out to talk about it. Let me give you an example. Ellen Johnson's son, I never knew that Raul said he was a gay. When Ronald Sirleaf went to Liberia, he couldn't hire a gay business. Within no time, everybody knew that Ronald Sirleaf was a gay. If Mr. Cummings was a gay, you will see Mr. Cummings mingling with all the young children, the boys, and you will hear the news in the town. Amen, Liberian people. When they're talking about gay, like brother, put Joe, we are needed because people say Joe are gay. In fact, they've been saying George are gay before he became president. In the Georgia administration, they get plenty of lesbian and gay there too. They charge the Ellen Johnson government. So, Tony, don't let nobody fool you. Mr. Cummings is not a gay. Mr. Cummings is a Christian, married, 2 kids, 3 grandchildren. They may be married. People say, oh yeah, they get some people on a down low. Let me tell you, when it comes to gay, they don't hide. When they go to the places, their dirty ways will not hide. They will stay mess with the boys then. So don't let nobody fool you. Do your own research for yourself. Only stupid people and jealous people that they don't have nothing to say. Nothing they got to say. Nothing. You know, that is so sad. They lie so much about people. Eh? They lie so much about people. Oh, the person get AIDS. Oh, the person this. They didn't get one. That's why our country not going nowhere. That's why we don't read and we allow other people to fool us. We allow the ones who can read, fool you and misinterpret things and you follow it. Oh, Mr. Cummings are gay. Mr. Cummings, amen, Liberian people. Eh? Because you don't want him. Because you're afraid that if he's president, he will change things around. Some of y'all will not be able to steal. Eh? Oh, my camera. Something wrong with my camera. What's going on? Somebody hacked my camera. I know y'all can hear me, but I know it looked like somebody. What's going on with my camera? Ah, something wrong with my camera, man. What's going on? Something wrong with my camera. My camera is not
Something wrong
showing.
with my camera, man. What's going on?
I know y'all can hear me, but I can see me. I know. I don't know what's going on.
Something wrong with my camera. My camera is not showing. Something wrong with my camera, man. What's going on?
Why is my echo?
You can't echo him.
Malaka, what are you taking my charger for?
There's
Hey,
nothing on it.
yeah, I know, but my charger only.
I know that.
We don't want our next president be gay like other in the past. Okay, Emmanuel, Mr. Cummings is not a gay. For your information, if you think he's a gay, that means you have a serious problem too. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Cummings finger you, no problem. Mr. Cummings finger you. Fine, that's good. Yeah. So how you like it? Mr. Cummings finger you, feel good? All right. Okay, guys, and I think something wrong here. Let me go back again. Hmm. Anyway, guys, I don't know what's going on. It looked like somebody got into my camera. Okay, I'm going to shut the system off. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. God bless you. Maybe I might come on tonight, but I'm going to do something else. Maybe I got to refresh or reboot my computer. So y'all have a good day and God bless you all. Thanks for tuning in. Share the video. And to all the haters, keep up watching. Keep watching. Maybe you'll learn something, or maybe you will get some other ideas. And instead of just sticking behind one person. So y'all take care now. And y'all sorry for the voice. No politician in Liberia that will ever compare themselves with Mr. Cummings when it comes to integrity and anything. Nothing. Yes, good will always win over evil, no matter what. That's the fact. Julius, my man, something wrong with my camera. I think I would just, I don't know why it's not. I go into the settings, I check everything, unplug it. It was on, but I was something I tried to do, and then I see it just. So, Julius, it looked like you the one play with my camera, man. Not you. Yes, I did. I unplug it. Okay, I'm plugging it back on. I plug it right back, and then I'm waiting for it to see nothing. They say camera is off. Okay, I'm going to click on it. It's still not everything here highlight. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let me see. Let me try this. Let me see. Yeah, I went into the camera and it's still. Yep, a high def is on. Damn, man. Even the camera on my computer because I have a extended camera. Even the camera on my laptop is not even coming on. Going to the settings, I'm checking everything here. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let me see something. Let me see. Maybe I might try the second camera. I don't know now. You know, I can use two camera on this thing here, but even the second camera is not allowing. It's not even accessing any of my cameras. Okay. Yes, I'm using StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard. Yeah, I'm using StreamYard. But I'm surprised. I don't know. I was trying to switch from one camera to another camera, but for some reason, I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try that. I think that's the problem. I don't know what's going on because I try everything. I unplug it. I unplug the cameras. The second camera said not even coming up. Uh, wow. Okay, guys. I think, man, Julius, you the man. I never ended the broadcast. I just shut the whole thing down and then I plug it back on. Boop, it came on. Yeah, you know, I got this. Let me try the second camera and see. I hope I'm messing. Okay, Julius, what you doing? Let me bring Julius up. Let me kind of hear from him a little bit. Let me bring you up, Julius. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, Julius. You got some information that you need to give me. Okay, Julius, be closely, but if you can come up, I just want to ask you some question, please, quick. Okay, so now at least everything is okay now. Yep. No, 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 Julius. If you don't come on, I will talk about you the whole day. Trust me. I will tell the people you run away from me. That's why I say, come on. I can't give me the bill 101. Don't just send the bill to me. I want tell me the boy. The boy is Willy Moga. My man, send the bill. I got plenty people. They will pay that money, man. They will pay that money. They will pay that money. I got plenty of friends here. Uh, I mean, that technology. I can't cancel the show. I'm done already, but I just going through some of the. Okay, guys. I want to say thanks for watching. You're right. I gotta leave. Let me go and relax and sit with the old man small. He said, "Just cancel the show, my man." Okay, thanks to everyone for watching. I appreciate it. And oh, wait, wait, wait. I'm not going to cancel the show. I am not. Hello?
Yeah, Bobby.
My man, what your problem? I've been calling you. I wanted you to come on here. I want to ask you some questions concerning the framework document. The boy was saying all kinds of things. Okay, I'm going to look on your Facebook, look on Messenger. I think I sent you the link. But let me resend it again to you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to hold the show up for the next 10 minutes. I'm trying to invite the Deputy Secretary General for ANC. The Deputy Secretary General for ANC, and he was part of this document. Everybody talking about he was on the committee. In fact, he was one of those who read and submitted. He delivered it to them to the guys. Okay, so his name is Dulocare Jonathan Tayo. So he's coming up. Please share the video. Share the video, and you will hear it from the horse's mouth as usual. Yeah. So this wonderful document, everybody talk about this document. Everybody talking about this document. Look, the whole thing is just a gimmick. The three other parties, they all had a plan. And if you're not in the group and you speak the truth, that means Mr. Cummings pay you. If you're in the other group and you supporting Mr. Boaka, that's fine. If you're not supporting Mr. Boaka, it's a problem. You see how things are not fair? Because you're not supporting Mr. Boaka, then a big problem. But if you supporting Mr. Cummings, that's a problem again. And so either way, CP was not organized because of Mr. Boaka or because of UP. Everybody there had the same right. They're supposed to pay the same amount of money. But we should be thankful. Mr. Cummings is just a guy who, if Mr. Cummings were like them, his leadership was never going to be in. Yeah, what happened, man? What happened? Hey, man, I sent it to, don't tell me I sent it to your messenger.
Send my WhatsApp, baby. Just send my WhatsApp.
Okay, let me send it. Okay, let me send it to WhatsApp. Okay, all right. Okay, let me see if it will go to WhatsApp. Let me see. Okay, I sent it to your WhatsApp now. Let's see. So you see that framework document, everything was put in there because of Mr. Cummings. They had a special group. 3 parties were in that chat room. They excluded ANC. And the guys are not fair. But you see, God could have it and catch up with them. So please don't leave. Share this video. You're going to hear from Dolake, and he's the deputy. Oh, I think he got it now. But Dolake, are you using new number? Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, but
You
the
say?
number I got for the number that I saved in my phone on WhatsApp is the other number. You got 2 numbers, my man.
Sorry.
You got to lower your monitor because I can hear you, and the people can. So what's up, my man? How you stay on this side, my man? You enjoy yourself, man?
Yeah, kind of cope up in a new weather, new environment, everything. You getting me? Am I okay?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. I think I sure everybody can hear you because I can hear you. So how the children doing?
Yeah, they're doing good. Our environment is different, huh?
I know I see you in the
Guess you will
park with
tell.
it. I see you in the park with the children. Papa around. Papa got to go back in that heat again. Okay, my
Yeah,
man.
you gotta go and sleep.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. And they today on Spoon, the guys still
Mm-hmm.
going around with the wonderful document. Oh, that photocopy. That photocopy. Because I know if you ask for any copy, it will be photocopy. Serena's FIFA said they brought a copy, they photocopied it, and they took it back. So you tell me, my brother, you part of this thing here. You were one of those who delivered this document to all the parties. What's going on? The first thing, the one you submitted to NEC that was notarized, that photocopy or that color.
Firstly, this is the framework document, and I brought it here because I knew that it was important. This is the framework document, as you've seen it.
Yeah.
This is the notarized copy that is covered. This is the government Liberia notarized copy. It always covered the document that have been submitted for notarization.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. The second thing here is and we have to say in an orderly manner. And I was disappointed because I was listening to Spoon this afternoon, and then over the months that we are taught that we have been accused of alteration, many of them have not been reading the document, they have not been following. I'm not talking about person like you, I'm talking about the whole institution Spoon that have been following the CPP primary and giving misinformation all throughout. So I would have thought that they have read and gotten themselves acquainted with the CPP process, given the number of persons they have had on the platform from different angles of the CPP constituent political parties. However, I got disappointed to know that Stanton were trying to survive on who signed the document, whether it was the chairman, it was not the chairman, and all the kind of misinformation. Parliament deal with the issue and provide some clarity on the misgiving on that platform. I know should not be the place to do it, but because yourself to have passion for doing this, it is just reasonable that we make our audience to understand some of the issues surrounding the CPP. And again, let me introduce myself as one of the progenitors of the CPP framework document and the CPP formation. So having said that, firstly, we were accused of we as in Mr. Cummings, Senator Daniel Flomonatan, chairman of the ANC, Councillor Elisha Stowe, Secretary General of the ANC, who I am principal deputy to. We were accused of engaging in a nefarious and criminal operation. That was the political angle of Mr. Yu, who himself is known to be a criminal, who himself, not by Dulake, but described by the mother of democracy, the United States of America, on the record. I accused us, knowing that he was not satisfied with that allegation and spinning to demonize and bedevil Mr. Cummings and the Alternative National Congress, Mr. Yue headed to the Magisterial Court, the Monroe City Court. At the Monroe City Court, Mr. Yue charged us for alteration of part of the framework document. Now, by their parity of reasoning, if I were to accept that reasoning, I need to play the devil advocate to give them the benefit of the doubt, though without admitting to it, because I'm speaking legally, and state that this framework document was presented and there's an alteration in certain portion, and they were specific regarding their signature, which is on this page, as you see here. It means it's not just on the page, but it's also notarized by the government of the Republic of Liberia. That's the seal. It means that if we can swap the signature page, it's of no significance to us to not swap the front page that has no material evidence of what the allegation is. Now, I say again once more. If this signature page, per the allegation before the Magisterial Court, the Monroe City Court, Mr. Yue had leveled that the ANC, Mr. Cummings, Senator Nathan, and Councillor Elisha Stowe, criminally swap this signature page to a document that is not in its original content, it means that their argument today in court for which Spoon is building up some level of legal stand, it shouldn't be of material benefit to us to not swap this, to not swap the cover page that has absolutely, again I say absolutely nothing to do with April 5 because April 5 is not on page 1. There's the
And
cover
I
page.
just the cover page there.
So if your argument now turns to be this cover page, which in its original context will state for the record that what is before NEC is what we have in our possession and is what will be presented to the National Elections Commission, it has cleared it, made it abundantly clear to all of us that the argument, the legal intent of the UA and the Bwakai, Mr. Mo Ali, I mean, petty criminal Mo Ali, has no iota of any truth whatsoever. Because we cannot be senseless to change a signature page, swap A and put it, which is signed in its original context, place a signature page, but refuse to change the cover page for any reason. That doesn't make any sense because the cover page doesn't carry anything significant apart from the logo. So I just wanted to dismiss that aspect. Another misinformation, and I think if anyone has question or if you have question, you can later come with it. The next thing is that those who signed this framework document have sent on, asking questions. Though it's not his show here, but those who signed this framework document, they signed it. It was each constituent party national chairman, that is to say, Chairman Daniel Foreman Nathan of the ANC and Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings, Chairman Theodore Momo and Ewan, Chairman, then it was Chairman Steve Zago and
yep.
Madam Kanga, and then lastly it was Chairman Azim Mane and Joseph Nyuma Bwaka. So the question as to, because I saw Spoon got a little confused, it was Mr. Cummings who was the stand-up with political leader, and he signed it. That's no confusion. Every constituent party has to be represented on the signature page. More than that, this document was supported by each constituent political party to term majority National Executive Committee vote.
Who stand for Liberty Party again? The chairman.
Steve Zago at the time.
I will finish. I will play a tape. He was on Spoon, and he said, "Yes, I think Asane Mo Ali came to us." Let's just talk. I will play it.
Yeah. No, but the facts are clear. The pieces of evidence are abundant. That is why the prosecutory team, which again is a criminal cartel, and to the record, Solicitor General Serena Sifos have been hanged up twice, thrown into Monrovia Central Prison, one for frauding some business partner through mineral, gold and diamond. So he's been a criminal convict before. So I have to say it clearly to the record, and like I will say always, I speak to the record. So Serena Sifos, as a prosecutory team, criminally extracted.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Serena Sifos as a criminal, as somebody who have been accused, thrown in jail before. Solicitor General of Liberia, quite unfortunate for our country again, and his image, criminally extracted 16 days conversation from the WhatsApp chat room of the National Anniversary Council that was printed and submitted to the court. So it speaks volumes. In that chat room, Mr. Cummings made it quite clear that this document will be submitted to the National Elections Commission we have received notarized copy of all of the constituent political parties except one. And when that one is completed, we'll be submitting the framework document to the National Elections Commission. We've concluded 8 counties on consensus. That is to say, we distributed which county belongs to what constituent political parties based on your strength. And we have left with 7 counties. That 7 counties, Mr. Cummings also went further to say we have submitted. We have had a meeting with the VPS and primary committee of the CPP. That committee has served as acting chairman of that committee through God and some of us intervention. It was our leadership that brought the senators that currently boast of themselves, including Delon and Yombly, to power because I served as first primary committee acting chairman of that committee. So he also went further to say that we have to, expedite the rest of the other processes so that because we're working against a ruling government, to submit all of our candidates' names. And Mr. Cummings went further to ask for suggestion, give on the time limitation to submit the framework document, and all of them, including the Nyombi Kanga. And that's the unfortunate thing that they don't want to see, for which the Solicitor General extracted those information, including the Theodore Momo, who even took Mr. Cummings to court, saying that Mr. Chairman, when the chairperson of the constituent political party also signed, Mr. Cummings said yes. And they were all, including the Prince Mori, who led bunch of militants. I mean, Unity Party, I would like to say quite only critically, probably is an institution that I came from, prior to leading Henry Costa then to the ANC and speaking on their behalf when we resigned from Unity Party. Unity Party has some good or sophisticated minds, I must admit. But as it is today, it's led by a group of militants, hyper militants, who have absolutely nothing about navigating and lobbying and doing all of the political or meetings or having some level of leverage in convincing people. They are led by people who are just hyper militants, know nothing, just gangsters. And it's unfortunate that Omen Bwaka will let himself to be led by such a group of people who this country, the Madam Sally regime, spend too much money on to send to school, and they are unable to prove that level of maturity and that level of education over the period of time. And it's quite unfortunate. But we still have good minds in the party, and it's just unfortunate that it's led by a group of thugs who know absolutely nothing.
Let me ask you this. Who did the filing to NEC? Who took the document to NEC?
Okay. As an experienced person that have gone through the ranks of far and through the learning curve of submitting communication and documentation to the National Elections Commission and calling for convention, and those conventions be qualified. It is the Secretary General and the National Chairman of the party that submit documentation to the National Elections Commission to qualify a party to become recognized, a constituent party, to a party to be recognized either by merger, either by alliances, or as a political party.
Okay, before you go, I just want to make this person to understand that political leaders do not file paper at NEC. It's done by the secretary, the chairman. But this person asks a question that I continue to tell them all the time. Mr. Cummings never filed the paper. He do not go to NEC. They got the chairman and the secretary general that do that. That's why I asked you the question before I put him up so he will understand, because he said Mr. Cummings told you that the copy in your hand are the one he sent in. So you see some of the question. This is some of the things we go through every day.
Let me explain it again once more. This copy you see in my hand here is the copy that was, again, after all of the innuendos, the misgiving, the shenanigans, and the undercutting of the Unity Party and the Yombli Kanga Delon Liberty Party, according to the NDLP, Yombli DeLon Liberty Party.
You freeze up. Go ahead. You freeze up.
Yeah, so we
Okay, you back
resubmitted.
on.
So this document was resubmitted. So this document is exactly the same document that was placed in the National Advisory Council chat room that all of the lawmakers for the CPP are in, all of the political leaders are in, the national chairman of the party, the CPP, are in. This is the document that was appropriated and given authority to Mr. Cummings to submit to the National Elections Commission. It is no material different to what was in the chat room as what was deposited with the National Elections Commission. And that is why they extracted the provision in the chat room by the prosecutorial team because they now wanted the public to know exactly what it is.
Okay, we had a conversation with Imaya Kula. Imaya Kula. What is it? Imaya Kula? Oh, shit.
Jeffrey Maracola,
The guy from Liberty Party, the Secretary General,
ALP,
ELP. No, Liberty Party, the Secretary General, Kula,
Emmanuel Zengo,
the Secretary General for Liberty Party. What is the
Mark Kula.
yeah, Martin Kula. I know why Imaya came around. He said to us that when the whole framework, when they came together, Liberty Party, Unity Party, and ALP never had trust in ANC. Or they believe that Mr. Cummings will leave the ANC, the CPP at the end of the day. So they decided to make it very hard so everybody can get stuck. He said, I will tell you the real truth that because of Mr. Cummings, that clause actually got into it because of what happened in Nima County and with coalition breaking apart. So he admitted, and we've all been saying it. So I want to hear from you on that. Yeah.
So before that, it is historical. You know, truth crushed to the ground will always rise. And those of us from the ANC and the Liberty Party are led by our conscience. We are committed to the changing of Liberia. We are not just saying it by wording, but we are acting it. That provision it confined in the CPP framework document was given birth to through the normal maneuvering of the very people who are leveling the allegation today. And it was properly advised in good faith by the lawyers who reviewed the CPP framework document. Now, there are two things I'm saying. By the maneuvering of those who allege that the ANC is involved in the criminal syndicate, plus the good wisdom of the lawyers who, for historical reasons, saw it prudent that attorney should tie us together. Let me explain it. Let me break it down. Firstly, those conspirators and accomplices of the government of the Republic of Liberia led by the CDC thought that Mr. Cummings, judging from 2017 election results and looking at the two persons who were competitors in the CPP primary, Mr. Cummings and Ambassador Bouakai, they felt that if Mr. Cummings doesn't win the admiration of the delegates at the primary, which were the ultimate choice for Mr. Cummings to test the system, since we have said all systems have been broken down, test the CPP systems as one of the viable systems, he would have gone either as independent candidate or take his ANC, because there is always a way of trying to bedevil his earning that he had done legitimately as way of being wasteful in spending. So they thought that Mr. Cummings would leave the CPP and go all by himself with the ANC or go as an independent candidate. That was the negative motives underpinned by the 8.5 in the accomplices and the conspirators' mind about Mr. Cummings and the ANC at the time. When the lawyers saw this suggestion, they advised for the why it is true people will have the kind of thoughts. Historical facts on book tell us that there have always been, broken down a system of collaboration, coalition, and alliances in our history of Liberia. That can be refreshed as far back as 1985. We can come back to 1997 at the conference center, and you can follow back in the days of the Liberty Party and the CDC 2010. What happened? CDC managed to have defeated that, and we all saw the backlash because it was a marriage or just convenience to their power. Thereafter, they got the power, the feedback, had not been very unique. So the CPP that was doing their distant away from elections and trying to go through a learning curve and getting mature, the lawyers felt that we needed something to bound all interests. Now remember, at one point, these individuals, these conspirators, they intend to bedevil and make ugly Mr. Cummings legitimate earnings. At another point, they tend to want to benefit from Mr. Cummings' earnings. And because they want to benefit from Mr. Cummings' earnings, they are always wanting him to be a vice president who will support his own interests versus the president who will be, plus the president who will be the key runner interest, so they can benefit from other. So they thought at the time that if this document is sealed that no one gets out, it means that he's best suited to be vice standard bearer, which by extension he will use his finances and earning in order to support the agenda of the person who will end up being the standard bearer. So let's seal it together. Let's seal it. At the meeting of the lawyers and the political leaders, the national chairman and officials of the party at the Liberty Party then headquarters on VP Road, Mr. Ure is on record after all of the deliberation, knowing that the 8.5 had been already agreed upon, to have questioned Mr. Cummings. Alex, what do you think about all that have been said? Because the ploy was meant to target Mr. Cummings and his ANC to remain committed to the CPD. We thought that we never had any fallback position or way of navigating ourselves with the electorates and with the people of Liberia. So Mr. Cummings stayed and so he said, I'm good. I'm well off. It's good document, good instrument. That's the aspiration of the Liberian people. And there was no conversation. So as far as they're concerned, at the CPU primary, the ANC and Mr. Cummings would have been nailed and will have no way to return by leaving the CPP. That was their intent. For the lawyers, they were advising on the basis that given the historical facts on book, we needed this collaboration to be together. And even more than the lawyers, it was the aspiration of the bulk majority of Liberians who were trooping to the CPP. Let the CPP hold. There should be nothing separating us. We should be committed to it so that we get joy. We are one turn. That was the feelings of the general public. And so when our colleagues noticed that Mr. Cummings cannot go as running mate, or they have not lobbied with Mr. Cummings to go as running mate properly, or they have made absolutely no case for which Mr. Cummings should believe that indeed they can be the arrowhead. He cannot just sit down on rehab row and be the arrowhead of a country of Liberia that is already in reverse gear. You must be in action. You must demonstrate to the people that indeed you are prepared to take lead. And that is what Mr. Cummings has been doing. So Mr. Cummings, as an individual, I will always say There is no county that goes to the county meet to finish 15th. There is nobody that applies to be an accountant general or senior accountant and settle for being a janitor. Even that institution got to be mindful of the person. I mean, to detour or to reduce from head accountant to janitor. Probably you want to carry on some negative thing within that institution. That would be the thinking of management because it's not just reasonable that you just come from senior accounting to janitor. You could say that there was no position for senior accounting, so you started as janitor and later you started elevating and you were able to show your CV that I've been on accounting long time, but because owner janitor position was made available and I needed daily bread for my children, I can be a janitor. So that have been the different analogy of Mr. Cummings, thought. I mean, in order to prospect the future of anybody, you must look at the past of the person's performance. Ambassador Bwaka past have been very horrible since 2018. Ambassador Bwaka was accused by WIA, whether true or not, that he was trying to beg for money. I mean, I don't say this with any form of disrespect, but I'm saying it to what the news have been, for a health. Ambassador Baka had a son who was working with the government of Liberia. I mean, Mr. Yue was given some time ago COVID material to go distribute. All those things will not be something that will be attributable to Mr. Cummings because he's an independent person. And so when you find out that this man is distant away from some of these shenanigans, the best way to do is to do it the way the library have been almost 180 years now. I mean, the honor cutting, the crab mentality, and all of those funny maneuvering to bring somebody down. For us, we say we are committed to the dream of the Liberian people. We will do what is right, and no matter what bending and twisting our colleagues will intend to do, we will keep our heads up. And at the end of the tunnel, there is certainly a light for the Liberian people, and there's hope.
Okay. And when you be going, what the thing is, tomorrow we will be going to court again with Mr. Cummings. They
Yes.
said Joseph Boaka will be taking a stand, and Mo Ali will be taking a stand. They will bring the original documents. So what you think going to happen tomorrow? Because we see this Solicitor General continue to delay, and my fear is that they want to push this thing so far, and maybe if we slack, don't you think these guys testing our strength? They want to know if we're going to stand up to them or say something. Don't you think there's a trick going on? What's really going on? Because I'm a little confused. I know we stand
Look,
by the law. Mr. Cummings want to and he abide by the rules and regulation of the country of the court. But what is going on, my man? What ANC is really doing about this whole thing?
okay, let me speak of the benefit of the entire court case to that of the accomplices and the government. So the government of the Republic of Liberia benefits from the process because they know that Mr. Cummings is faithful. But now Ambassador Bwaka, who wish to survive on sympathy like we are, and I don't see that happening anytime soon in our geopolitics. Everybody got to work for what they want to earn. The government of Liberia believes that no candidates in the Republic of Liberia can move across the country like Mr. Cummings and win the hearts and minds of the Liberian people. So the strategy from the onset during a meeting at Rouse Field, including the Unity Party, the Nyombli Kanga faction or group, and Nathaniel Magee along with Solicitor General, they concocted a plan that Mr. Cummings should be kept in court for a longer time so that he can give him the opportunity to cut across the nation. So that's a benefit for the government. For Ambassador, for JNB and that of Nyombli faction, Nyombli who is tirelessly campaigning, I've not seen that since I was born, tirelessly campaigning to be vice tenor bearer. They are own person, their own benefit is to see Mr. Cummings' character maligned so that they can accrue benefit from the general public not admiring Mr. Cummings, seeing as a criminal, and with the thought that they will only be the group of people to face George Weah and his kleptocratic government. So when you note it is not and to finalize it, it is not meant for any of them to see that Mr. Cummings will not be on the ballot. That's not the essence. The essence is to keep him in Monrovia, to keep him not to get into the country, so that he can benefit by the government going across the nation, lying to the people, and giving false hope to the people. While Ambassador Boakai and Madam Yombly, along with Delon, their strategy is that let malign the man's character because it's part of us going the process here. Of course, he will be the clean hand guy. He's the only guy who has not worked for government. He's the only guy among all of us that contributed significantly to the country. Even if we were to take all of the other years from there, but just from 2018 to 2023, he would have contributed immensely to the people of Liberia, the end of them. He comes with clean sheets. He worked with experience out of the country. He has the international connection. He has a group of people in the diaspora that support him significantly. And so he could make a turn around and we all could dissipate, into thin air. So that is the strategy. With this strategy in mind, we from the ANC have explicit, and I like to say again, explicit confidence in the legal team from the Heritage Law Firm, owned by the dean of the law school, a reputable individual in the outside government, led by Abraham Silai, Anthony Lafayette Emmanuel Rachel Good, Chairman Emeritus and founding Chairman of the ANC. We have explicit confidence in their ability to deliver for us. And so remember again that in criminal case, it is said that you have to prove the case beyond all reasonable doubt. It didn't say some reasonable doubt. They say one reasonable. They say all. So every attempt by these guys to get engaged into lying, mischief, like extracting components of the WhatsApp chat. People say that they cannot swear because they are not Christian or Muslim, though it is on record that they are Muslim. It is further campaigning for Mr. Cummings and the ANC and the CPU by extension. I understand our frustration. We from the ANC and the CPP, how we feel, it's skipping up, but it's making us to recognize Mr. Cummings' leadership, to recognize the pitfalls in our judicial system, the pitfalls in our governance system. It gave him a clear picture as to what to tackle when he assumed national leadership. And so it's similar to Mr. Cummings traveling around the country without chopper, without taking plane, in order to know how the road conditions. I challenge Ambassador Boakai. He can never travel. He never traveled 2017 across the nation without chopper, without plane, because I understand the health condition that it will impose to him, and even going further to 2023, what it will further impose to him. But leaders do these things because you want to see for yourself, you want to feel for yourself, you want to know exactly what the marketeers are going through to take tons of beer to Maryland, tons of rice to Maryland through road, petroleum product, spare parts, and perishable goods. And so that sometimes along the road we stay looking at the people, they're Mr. Cummings talking, they're eating boiled cassava, roasted cassava, they call him, is this Mr. Cummings? He say, yeah. But Chief, why you traveling? Why you didn't take your plane? Why you didn't take plane to come? And Maryland has plane. He said, no, I want to see what you go through. And all of us standing there in the mud. So that's the beauty. I mean, that's how the just don't do the talking, you also want to work.
So what encouragement do you have for your people that are watching you? Because when I tell them, say, good are you, like the third man in the party, the chairman, the secretary, and you the deputy secretary, so you know everything. Talk to your people because the thing that ANC doing nothing in Liberia, ANC just sitting they can't hear. I know UP is good at propaganda. Trust me, they know how to put it out there. If they say you're a criminal, everybody will sing that song. When they say ANC people acting like they acting like diplomatic, they acting diplomatic. They don't let them. They say me put it when they say we quit people. We left fighting, we left talking. So tell me what ANC doing Liberia when it
Look,
comes to
and
going
that's the
from door to door ready, because I see some of the things they're registering people, and I think if I'm mistaken, we got almost 900 new voters in Liberia, young people who need to be registered. So talk to your people.
so why they are doing that propagandistic work by trying to malign our character. Our young people are at a different university campus trying to recruit some of the 400,000 people. Of course, you know, one of the 400,000 person that voted 2017 is Moriah Yakula. Another person is Representative Larry Yankwe. Another person is Representative Thomas Bushwa. And also, I can go on naming the 400,000 person and the reduction in the 400,000. Those who have naturally moved to the ANC because of what we emulate after the mother of democracy, the United States that I'm in today, is what tend to be the DNA of the ANC. And so I don't want you to get discouraged by our action. Our action has distinguished us from many persons. Our action it has not been unique to a specific institution or specific opponent or government. 2013, we from the ANC, when a group of young people decided to say, Ellen, step down, I, Jonathan Taya Dulake, along with Antolin, Chairman Emeritus, Lakia Emmanuel Rishagu, went at Crown Hill. That's the unfortunate thing. When at Crown Hill, I say unfortunate for a reason. And then when at Crown Hill, Mr. Musa Hassan Bello, the chairman of the Liberty Party, was the one rallying the SOE, state-owned enterprises in the country, one man and Saliva away, saying to the people of Liberia that we don't need an early step-down campaign or an Arab Spring step-down campaign of Madam Sali. That was Mr. Musa Hassan Bello's role. But then Muali and all of the militants who are leading Omer Bwaka today were the one hailing Mr. Musa Hassan Bello. I'm speaking to the record. Every one of them, they were hailing Mr. Musa Hassan Bello. When we got that on Crown Hill, traffic blocked, no car could come down Crown Hill. I mean, canopy put up. Chairman Lasse Emmanuel Richard Gould consulted through the consultation of the ANC Executive Committee that we represented, said clearly that we know there are misgivings in the Madam Salih government. We know there are a lot of things that are going on wrongly, but we as a new emerging political party, a fast-growing political party, we want to challenge this government on the ballot. So we come down against every form of Arab Spring protest that is not a good barometer to measure our democracy. Because our democracy, the measurement of our democracy is on regular elections. And so we'll go to regular elections. That was what we were saying then. So if we said it then, and some of the conspirators and the accomplices, like in person of Mo Ali, of Gudo or no repetition, and just listing him because those are the deceptive elements who were pretending to love Madam Salih because they were given scholarship to go out of the country. They were being paid $1,000 plus or more than $1,000 plus for almost 12 years. So they pretended to be people who love this country. That Mo Ali was saying then that people who were protesting, they were nincompoop, they were good for nothing people, they had nothing to do. Other than us at the time that said that there were legitimate points that they got raised, but the best way out was to go through election. This same Mo Ali, again, ignorantly comes out without backtracking his own history, 2019, and Johnny Custard, because he was no longer a Welsh commission. I mean, at the Ministry of Finance, he was now saying that George Weah should step down. Consistently with Bisa said, the ANC again kept the code that what we said 2013, we cannot separate ourselves from it. We know there are misgivings by George Weah. We can engage in whatever manner, to the same manner, but we reject calling for his step down without going through the barometer to measure democracy, which is regular elections. So I don't want our people to think that to not have confidence in our leadership ability. The reason why you see many people when they say come for your visa to the U.S. embassy, they wake up 4:30 in the morning and they are there by 5. When you say come for a library interview, they are reckless about it. Is because the people believe in civil obedience
Yep.
and they challenge the government through same authority. That is why you will see we are not making magic. You wake up in the morning on a particular day, all of the trash are picked up and they are separated. Those ones are recycled and the ones that are recycled they are picked up. People pay their taxes and they get returned on their taxes by value that the government adds to them. No
Yep.
magic. It is pure scientific, it is practical, it is workable. And for our country, with 16 tribes, barely two religions in the majority, 43,000 bear with, I mean, it should be something that we can do and do practically so that our people can feel it. But it must start with value system with the family. It must start with implanting allegiance and patriotism in our children. It should start with us being genuine, not because we think otherwise about the government. When the government has been admitted into the Marine Aid Association of the world, we should condemn it. No, I was writing yesterday and celebrating that Liberia had been admitted into Marine Association. It's a good thing for us. That doesn't mean that if there is no current at the airport, I should not say it. I should equally mention and emphasize that the airport being stagnant is an inept decision by the President of the Republic of Liberia. So we from the ANC, we are the melting pot. We are the new generation of political actors. So we should not be thinking that we have to go the amateur, the militancy way, and the shenanigans that have kept us as a country for 170 plus years without major progress being made, and we kept being in reverse. So we can assure you that with the able leadership led by Mr. Alex Cummings, supported by Senator Daniel Flomanathan, Chairman, well penned by Secretary General Elijah Stoll and all of the folks, including Chairman Emeritus Anthony Lasha Emmanuel Rachel Good, we can certainly arrive at the stage. But we can do that with taking one step at a time so that it gives us a clearer picture as to seeing where we are going and when we arrive there, what appropriate decisions need to be taken for the broader spectrum of the Liberian society.
Yep. Yeah, Joloke, thank you very much. I don't want to hold you. I've been up here too long. I'll try to get you first. But thank you anytime. And I hope you enjoy your stay, play with the children because when you go back there, we'll soon be starting the campaign. It's gonna be tough in January, in June, in July. maybe you'll get another maybe we'll get another case again. Who knows? Maybe they're gonna sue you now for
Certainly,
maybe
certainly.
maybe
But
they
yes,
might sue for anything now. So even if you walk
anything.
in the street, they will sue you. So this time now it's not easy. So let us just be
A
careful
person,
and do what is right for the Liberian people. I want to say thank you very much again for your time. And I
yeah.
appreciate you coming up to clarify some stuff. So have a good day, my brother.
Thank you so very kindly.
Okay. Yeah, you can hit the Leave Studio. Look on the side, you see Leave Studio. Yep, ejector. Okay, guys, that's what Dolo Cared, the Deputy Secretary General for ANC. He came to visit his family. He'll be going back. And listen, he's just there. He's not even working. He's sacrificing for ANC. He was with the Unity Party before, but as he said, there were a lot of good guys in Unity Party. but most of them have left, and the people who there now who believe that it belongs to them. And you see, every time people speak the truth, it hurt other people's feelings. When you and I is not in the same political party, whatever you say is for nothing. But that is a serious problem Liberians are going through because we don't read for ourselves. We don't read. I am not a I do things for myself. I read, I try to understand. And one thing I do, I try. Sometimes my wife says, maybe you let it be too technical. If I'm going through some legal paper and I know I don't understand it, I try to ask a lawyer. I say, can you tell me what the meaning of this? And break it down because I'm not a lawyer. Like, let me close with this. The Article 61 of the Constitution. I have been singing on this thing from day one. I said that article protects the president. No former president will be prosecuted for any crime committed during the term. Unless that president they remove you by impeachment, and then they can go after you. But I will tell you today, to my surprise, Butt Naked just saw it. According to Butt Naked, he said that his first time seeing it, his first time to see it. But we know why he's saying it. Because he's in support of George Weah, and he told President Weah that, listen, this constitution, nobody can prosecute you. If you believe that part of it, why you were talking about prosecuting Ellie Johnson and cussing her? And now they're trying to say, oh, that door, it was put in by our educated people. Nobody can tell me whether it was put in there for do or whatsoever. Nobody want to remove it. And even if Mr. Cummings president, we will have to remove that part of that constitution. People should be held responsible. That is why the president then continued to steal. And nobody, the first time they tested that law, it was against Judy Bryant. And if Ellen Johnson was going to come up publicly and tell the court that the money that was used by Mr. Brandy Samoka, she authorized it, it done. That whole case was over. But today they try to interpret it the best way possible. The same way they try to misinterpret Article 17 of the Constitution. Article 17 gave you and myself the right to gather, meet our representative, give our grievances against the government. Also, it gave you and myself to associate. They didn't say associate and disassociate. They said associate and refuse. That means I can either do it or I don't want to. But Article 25 of the Constitution guarantee contracts between organization, human being, whatsoever, that no law will ever cancel it. Nobody can change contract. The only people that cancel contract is between you and myself. That's the only people can cancel contract. So if we sign a contract and give it to the law, we can cancel the contract and let the law know that yes, this thing is canceled. It's almost like marriage. Only you and the woman can cancel it. The court can just cancel it. Somebody got to bring it up for them to cancel it. If that law was not in the Constitution, if there was no law in Liberia that contracts is binding, there will be no companies going to Liberia. There will be no contracts signed by big companies because everybody wants guarantee. So your right to associate, and when you associate, you abide by what on paper. If you just associate with no signing, nothing, it's nothing. You're not binding. Who tried to sign a contract with nothing? Why you think somebody signed contract? We sign contract to hold ourselves together. Nobody was going to sign a contract between political parties and leave it open. Because one, it failed in 97, the one that I know about. It failed. In fact, during Doe time, they were trying to come together first. They failed. They failed during Charles Taylor time. They failed during the Ellie Johnson time. They were George Weah and others were coming together. By the time they left from that place, they broke it up. It was not binding. So this time around, they decided to hold people accountable. Then today, people are saying that, oh, it's not inside. It's not supposed to be there. Are you kidding me? Liberian people, let's vote for Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break, but I want you to listen to, the only political leader that we get in Liberia, the only Senate, the only candidate who speak on unity, the only man who interacting with the citizen, Alexander Cummings. I want you to listen to him again. Clear, simple. Listen to him. Listen to him for yourself.
My fellow Liberians, despite our diversity, we are a united people, a great and noble people. Through the strength of our unity and the resilience of our determination, we have begun to rebuild a ravished country and have survived 2 deadly health crises. Our people have stood together as one united people, ready to face the future. Whether you are a fisherman of Grand Cru and Sino, the hunters of Grand Jide and River G, the farmers of Lofa and Bapolu, the Gola and Vai dancers of Bumi and Cape Mount, the hospitable people of Bassa and River Cess, the warriors of Maryland, the miners and explorers of Nimba, the merchants and traders of Bong, the welcoming people of Magibi, or the melting pot of Montserrado. We are one people, Liberians. We have a great challenge and opportunity ahead of us. In unity, we will rebuild this country as a shining example in Africa, demonstrating the power of a determined and united people. Our economy and our national budget will expand and grow like never before. We will improve the lives of our people and put smiles on the faces of our citizens. I promise you that together we can and will do the job. A new day is on the horizon. The time for babysitting is over. God bless you and God bless Liberia.
Yes, that was Alexander Cummings. And I also want you to listen to Steve Zago. Steve Zago signed that document. You see, these are all the things we get against these people.
In my mind, too, my honest thing is that I don't think government chief prosecutor
Listen,
should jump to the
fact,
framework document.
You're listening to Steve Zago. Steve Zago was the chairman at the time for Liberty Party.
We are with Mr. Cummings going to court and everything surrounding him on the framework document. UA is suing him because of forgery. Talk to us, please.
I think we're not doing well. We're not selling well, Mother May. It's unfortunate. I didn't envisage this. It's not what the forefather envisages. It's not what Broskin saw. I think it's unfortunate. We should become this far. And in my mind, too, my honest thing is that I don't think government chief prosecutor should jump to the thing as though it's a priority. I mean, there are several priority issues. There are several cases in the docket. Why want to fast track this? I know that when there is forgery or the application, then you don't issue with the state. But as an issue that you don't make a law that is priority. Let all our junior legal partners with at the prosecution unit handle that. But when you make a law like you got something at stake, you make a law like a determination of that case. If it's not done, the sky will fall. I got a problem with that. But another thing too, I got a problem too. I also think that the ANC did not handle Cummings well. They did not handle him well. They did not help to navigate and taking to a civil learning. Somewhere in between, they allowed too much slips, leakages. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. And so I would think that we can put this behind us so that the CPP can live a true meaning. There are those invisible hands, and I can see their fingerprint on it. They do not want to see the CPP. So they are paying the CPP, got different motive, different intention. So they want to, the least opportunity waiting for to disintegrate the CPP, they will go for it. And someone has showing the true colors.
Let me ask you a question. The lawsuit said that Mr. Ure said, listen, the document you presented to NEC, I didn't sign it, or the one that I signed, you didn't submit it. You submitted something different. Did you, Senator Steve Zacko, sign on any document? Framework document?
Oh yeah,
did you sign on the revised version of the framework document?
Like when the revised version came in, there was a tussle within the Liberty Party, you remember now. But the first one I do remember. But on the second one, because of this thing, chairmanship, read my rule, hello balu, so I had to jog my mind to be able to get a concrete answer. But but again, let me come back to, there are those who, from the onset, knew that a formidable CPP would be the end of CDC.
Okay, you heard him. He admitted. And that was the document he signed by Yombly. He and Yombly was together when Mo Ali went. I want you to listen to him keenly.
CPP,
you see how somebody can fall in a sin. So let's go back
again. 110. So they infiltrated our rank and file earlier. CPP will make to, there are those who read my rule, hello balu, so I had to jog my mind to be able to get a concrete answer. But
he admitted, but then he caught himself. Listen, watch it.
Those who, from the,
you sign on the revised version of the framework document?
Like when the revised version came in, there was
you were already a chairman.
Nope. Tussle within the Liberty Party, you remember now. But the first
of the framework document?
Like when the revised version came in, there was
submit it. You submitted something different. Did you, Senator Steve Zacko, sign on any document? Framework document?
Oh yeah,
did you sign on the revised version of the framework document?
Like when the revised version came in, there was a tussle within the Liberty Party, you remember now. But the first one I do remember. But on the second one, because of this thing, chairmanship, read my rule, hello balu, so I had to jog my mind to be able to get a concrete answer. But but again, let me come back to, there are those who, from the onset, knew that a formidable CPP would be the end of CDC. A formidable CPP would make a CDC a 110. So they infiltrated our rank and file earlier. They infiltrated it. They knew all sorts of.
No. I just want to get something clear, Senator.
I told you yes, one, but no, the second one. I told you yes.
Okay.
I did sign on, but the revised, we had a problem in Liberty Partner. So I don't know if I signed that or the young man who was chair at the time did sign. So we need to look at
okay, so you said the first one. The first one was the original document. You signed on the original document.
So again, when you talk,
the original one, May 19th.
At some point in time, we had a COVID, and
did you sign on the May 19th document?
May 19,
2020.
I would think if I was chairman, then I did.
So you did. Okay.
Yes.
And then this issue about the job clocks that CPP that issue came about. So then you guys send it back for them to revise it. Am I correct?
So at that time now, at that time, I was not in the core of the CPP ups and downs. At some point in time, you saw her, and you like Kotu just said, somewhere, I was not a chair again, and it's history today, what transpired.
No, I understand. I just want to bring us to, you signed on the first document, but the revised version, you didn't sign on it. Is that what you're saying?
Like I said, I would jog my mind, but I would think most likely.
So you agree that you signed on only one document?
I'm certain that I signed on one document, but on the next one, I had to jog my mind.
The one document was it. The one document that you signed on, is that the document that Mo Ali passed around, that Mo Ali took around? Is that the same document you signed on?
I would think yes.
The one document was it. The one document that you signed on, is that the document that Mo Ali passed around, that Mo Ali took around? Is that the same document you signed on?
I would think yes.
The one document was it. The one document that you signed on, is that the document that Mo Ali passed around, that Mo Ali took around? Is that the same document you signed on?
I would think yes.
So did you see Mo Ali? Did he present any document to you?
Yeah. Mo Ali came to my house. I do remember, and I
So
signed.
Mo Ali went to your house and you signed a document that he presented to you.
Well, one of the documents Mo Ali brought to us, and then but the final version, we did it through Zoom. But my political leader and I were together on that, and we signed together. Yes.
So did you see Mo Ali? Did he present any document to you?
Yeah. Mo Ali came to my house. I do remember, and I signed.
So Mo Ali went to your house and you signed a document that he presented to you.
Well, one of the documents Mo Ali brought to us, and then but the final version, we did it through Zoom. But my political leader and I were together on that, and we signed together. Yes.
So did you see Mo Ali? Did he present any document to you?
Yeah. Mo Ali came to my house. I do remember, and I signed.
So Mo Ali went to your house and you signed a document that he presented to you.
Well, one of the documents Mo Ali brought to us, and then but the final version, we did it through Zoom. But my political leader and I were together on that, and we signed together. Yes.
Okay, so the one that Mo Ali took to you, can you talk to us, please? What kind of document you remember was it?
I won't be able to talk to you on the details. That'd be earnest. There have been lapse of time, so my memory may not be able to catch the details. So maybe you want to give me some time to check it up and refresh.
How many copies did you sign?
Mr. CEO, I will you now cross-examine me now.
No, I'm not. No, this is just a free yes or no answer if you want.
So the case to some extent is sub judice in the court. I don't want to be specific on answers, but I can give some generality. I do remember that yes, we interacted with Mo Ali. I do remember that there was this one that we needed to sign the political leader, and then we had a Zoom meeting. Yes, I do remember the details. I won't be able to cross the T.
Something came up today, and maybe if we will move away. Let me just ask you this question.
Yeah.
What came up today from the chief of staff of Mr. Cummings, Mr. Azeva Tupa? He outlined some timeline, and he said June 23rd, 2020, CPP and legal advisor review revised framework from legal advisor. All parties approved revision. Are you aware of this? That all the parties agreed to that revision? And how did they approve it, though?
Look, and let's be honest, CEO. This whole framework thing was not just done in a uniform manner. I mean, at one point in time we'll go left, at one point in time we'll go right, at one point in time we will come back, at one point in time we'll go in front. So a lot of give and take. And it was acrimonious. It was not a smooth sailing. Had it not been for maybe the maturity of those who initially handled this thing, perhaps the issue will be far bigger than this. Because when you have a political institution, everyone coming into it, everyone got their own motive, their own ambition, their own what they want. So those specific answers, please, I may not be able to provide it because the chief of office staff to the commissioner took his time in detail all of these things. So my hand not on that document.
You got to go back and look at your notes. So correct. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. We're just trying to, because this what was outlined by the chief of office staff as is very detailed. Okay, and well, you just admitted that you signed a document, whether it was the original framework document or it was the revised version. You signed something as chairman for Liberty Party.
Okay, guys. I told you the Constitution is hard. I just want to clarify something with Tokpakwe. The Constitution, if you don't understand it, it always good sometimes to ask. I will tell you. That is what confusing a lot of people. I will read it up to you. The second part never talk about a crime. The second part of it is telling you if the president if you remove them from office. This article was used against Judy Bryant. That is why they could not prosecute Judy Bryant. Although he died, but he couldn't prosecute him. So it's not uh, 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 um, okay. Article 61. They said the president shall be immune from any suit, action, or proceeding, judicial or otherwise, and from arrest, detention, or other action on account of any act done by him while president of Liberia, pursuant to any provision of this constitution or any other laws of the Republic of Liberia. So you can't do anything. Now, the second part, they said the president shall not, however, be immune, listen now, from prosecution upon, look at the word, removal, upon removal from office for the commission of any crime done while president. Removal, that means we remove you, we impeach you, or something. They got removal is removal. If you serve your time, it's not a removal. I hope you're getting it. The word removal is the one you look at. They said, it means that you can't prosecute the president. But if you remove him or her, any crime, you can go after that person. Any crime, you can go after that person. That is why, even in America, almost the same thing. When this guy resigned, instead of when impeaching, the vice president pardon the president. Pardon him so nobody can go after the president. What is his name? What they got it? Ah, man, I'm missing. So, Article 61, the second part that you talking about, I want you to go back and look at the word removal. When you remove somebody, you either by impeaching them, you either impeach them to get out, and then you go after that, mean he never end his term. But, or if he resign, if the president resign because of certain reason, that's another way you can remove a president. But sometimes when they resigning, they make some bargain. But this Article 61, you can't go after a president for any crime committed, corruption and whatsoever. It almost like the chief justices, the justices of the peace, you can't go after them either for decision made. Anything they do to you when they're not in office, you can't follow them. You can't do nothing. So this is the thing. But that word removal is the one that you look at. They say yes, you can prosecute this person, but they say the president shall not, however, be immune from prosecution upon removal from office. Now, when the person served the term, when you serve your time, they're removing you. But when they remove you, that means you did something. So that is it. It's clear on that. So it's not, but the same thing. When I saw it, the first time I saw it was the case between the Republic of Liberia and Judy Bryant. But today, now, the butt naked guy is running after these things. The butt naked guy pushing it because he's supporting Joshua now, but he's going to push UP on the bus. Don't worry about that. So, guys, that's it. So that thing is so funny, eh? Our constitution need to be. I beg you, Mr. Cummings lawyers, to not be easy on these people. Listen, you are 100% right. These guys need to stand tough. Misdemeanor case, 30 days is enough. It's not supposed to pass, but it gone 4 months. And the surprising thing about it, the justice minister just requesting for copies of evidence. So Serena Cephas alone pick up the case and indict Mr. Cummings. Seriously. So what do you want to say? They're doing the dirty work. Maybe the justice minister lie because the justice minister, that Bernard Ure lawyer, he and his wife lawyer with Musa Dean, that his personal lawyer, because his law firm is still operating anyway. So maybe he did it for Bernard Ure because the case, according to Serena Cephas, this case was put in and they trashed the case, and then the justice minister went and issued the arrest without no evidence in his possession. You see, no, it's so bad. They are making mockery out of our justice system. It is shameful. It is shameful. I'm not talking about butt naked the killer, please. So you look like you yourself, Musu. They got another butt naked in America. Yeah, the guy who had a naked picture on Facebook the other time. And the guy talking about they're not butt naked in Liberia. Amen. Article 11 telling you that everyone, yes, but that's the fact. Including the president, they are not above the law. Now, Article 61 was actually added in there because of the PRC. Because of PRC. That is why Article 61 was put in there. So you're blaming Amos Sawyer. This is so confusing. Everybody will talk about Article 11. No one is above the law, including President Liberia. He's not above the law. Including the president, he's not above the law. But what they're trying to say that every decision the president make at the time, because he was president and he did it, so either to him it was right or it was wrong, you cannot hold him responsible. Now, you can't say that the president stole the money. The president will tell you, say, I authorized somebody to do it. It's almost in the same one. I think it's in 70 something. Let me see which one. About the Chief Justice. All the Chief Justices, they can interpret the law the way they understand it. They can send you to jail. When they leave office, you can't do nothing to them for any ruling. So it's the same thing. What they're trying to say that because this person was president, they were making decision on the person. So it's very hard for you to really catch a president stealing. Somebody else going to give that money. So it's hard. But we need to get rid of that law. Let me tell you, that particular law, and Tupa, that law need Article 11, yes, no citizen, everybody is equal to the law. You abide by the laws of the land. But they got that Article 61. The Article 61. Yeah, the same word you just used. Pursuant, I mean, yes, you're right. That's the word they use. But they're trying to tell you, say, pursuant means that you cannot violate that him now, that the person, they're talking about the president. But this was already rectified. It was already interpreted by the Supreme Court. In the Judy Bryant case, it was interpreted by the Supreme Court. That thing been sitting there. Look, things in the Constitution that we don't understand, only the Supreme Court can interpret it. And it was actually interpreted by the Supreme Court. That is why they could not prosecute Judy Bryant. They could not prosecute him. The only thing that Judy Bryant, they pushed him so hard and he died. He was sick. The government couldn't allow him to travel. I know that according to them, they couldn't allow him to travel. But indirectly, people believe that the man died because of the prosecution, the harassment going to court. But all the time the man went to court, they could not prosecute him because of that. And the Supreme Court interpreted our law. They told us that this law is what it is. So it defended it support and backed the guy up. So that's not me. The Supreme Court. So, but I'm surprised that people get to know and they're bringing it out today. So you see, Article 11C talk about everybody. Everybody got to abide by the laws of the country. But yet still, we're saying it, but the president still got immunity. The president disobeyed the laws of the country and nobody say anything. So actually, let's just be frank, it go to only us. We that don't have no push. Listen, it could be. But I can't say no, my thing is that I think they enjoying their money because they're not sedition, actually. Horatius Gould was a former sedition, but he was former ANC chairman. There's no way Horatius Gould will go in bed with CDC. That one, I will put my life on that. No way he can do that. Yeah. But listen, listen, Don, please, you're not a lawyer. They're telling you when they leave office, and anything done while he's in office, you know what I'm saying? They say all presidents shall be immune of all suit proceeding judiciary, otherwise, and from arrest, detention, or other action, and action on account of any act done by him while president of the Republic of Liberia to any provision of the Constitution or any other. Yeah, while he's president. If he now, this is the thing now. I am telling you, and I want you to go and read it. Now, what they're saying that while he's in office, any crime committed, it cannot be prosecuted. But according to the Supreme Court, that Article 61 was applied, and they interpreted the law that we cannot go after a former president. So yes, you created a problem, you stole. They say, oh, okay, let's have George, we have built all his houses. Why you think they can't go after Ellen? Ellen knows. Even President Weah is aware of it. While you in office, they say, oh, the president stole this and that. That's it. When the president leave office, you can't go after them. But on that same thing, they change it around. They say the only time you can go after this person if they are removed. You see, I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know if you're a lawyer, but I am not a lawyer, but I'm basing my point on what the Supreme Court did. Because this Article 16 was confusing. But I said it and somebody explained it or lawyer explained it. This is the 1986 Constitution. So you see, they are saying that you will not be prosecuted for any wrongdoing while you're in office. But then again, they, in that same on that same Article 1 and 61, they said yes, you can prosecute him if you remove him from office. So two ways. That is why the gate, if you impeach the person, you can still charge them if you impeach your president. That's it, by removal. But if you're to resign today, you know they're going to compromise to resign. Most of the guys do that. Or the vice president will take over and pardon you. That's what they do. It happened with these people here. Sometimes they will impeach the president and the vice president together. So nobody can pardon them. But it happened to Nixon. Yeah, Nixon was impeached, yeah. But the vice president pardoned him. You know. So, but anyway, it's another day argument. When the time reached, the lawyers. So that's why Yeke said that they should suspend the constitution and arrest George Weah, then they bring the constitution back. But that part of it need to trash out. It need to be out. But no president want to take it out. No president. No president. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time. I appreciate you. I appreciate Tupa. I appreciate the exchange. But we just need to make sure. Yep, that's the fact. Today they're talking about it now. Every day they're talking about it that nobody can prosecute. But like what Topa just said, it's an argument based on who would be at that Supreme Court. Based on who would be at that Supreme Court. Yeah, I'm not putting my hair. I will put it there small, not the whole thing. Don't worry. Yeah, these guys, man, are getting so pissed off with the lawyers, man. They need to do better. They need to come tough. I don't know, because the more they extend the case, the more money they get. But the guys are so soft. And then again, like one of the guys, the lawyer said, I think I was, wait, he said, Sila. Sila said that certain things they can't do because this case is not a juror case. So both parties can waste time if they want to. Now, the Solicitor General, he's the one presenting evidence. So he continued to bring people, and you got nothing to say. When he's finished with all his witnesses, Mr. Cummings' lawyers too can subpoena, because I asked a lawyer too. He said, yes, we can also subpoena witnesses. But for now, he bringing them. So when he bring the witness, Mr. Cummings' lawyers will also invest. So there is nothing they can do on bringing them. But what I want them to do is to stand their ground and say, like the framework agreement, it was presented already and they sign on it. Then they make up it. They allow the guy to take it back. Then more Ali say he can't testify on it. Okay, then they say, oh, that's the law. Then they refuse to bring it back. The man, they couldn't find the man, just to delay. You know, and this guy said he got about 34 witnesses to bring. You know, the guy just delaying the process. So that's what they're doing. They're looking for evidence. But anyway, no problem. Well, Ellen told George Weah. But why you think Ellen took responsibility of the $30,000 and the $30 million that got missing from Noka? She took full responsibility of that report. Ellen was only concerned about her children. Ellen was concerned about her children being prosecuted, because political appointees, they will prosecute you. And Joshua, I agree. Why you think when Ellen blasted one time, they released? But I tell you, I'm not the one who put it in there, but the Supreme Court ruled on it before against, in favor of Judy Bryant. Although Judy Bryant died, but Judy Bryant was not in jail. He used to go to court, come back. But the case, the Supreme Court came through it and they did it in favor of Judy Bryant. So you see that the Supreme Court. So that's why I say based on who will be in charge again. Maybe there will be another lawyer that will push it and say, no, this, and they will go back. That no citizen is above the law because the president or citizen too. So I agree with you on that, but I'm just telling you that's what they want to go by. That is what they're going by. We need to stand our ground, man. We need to, I don't know, there's too much diplomatic thing here. This government, it's so sad. Look, that's what all the African government doing. It happened in Senegal. Macky Sall put away the toughest opposition. The guy had money. The guy, but that one he committed some kind of crime that could not put him to jail, but they put that guy away. And that was it. Almost to election time too. Yeah. Okay, guys. Have a good day. God bless you. And I hope everything will be good with us. Our country will be better. We pray for our president that let him control the country in the last 18 months from now. We'll be going to election. We got 18 months to go to election. So please, let us pray for our country, Liberia. That's the only country we have. It's a nice place, a beautiful place. The people are good. The women are nice. They know how to cook well. You know, I only place we got to go, my people. They're not worry. Liberia, I want home. So y'all take care now. Y'all have a good day. And